Not for the radio, NFTR. Time for another one, another special one.
Yeah.
Sat here with one of the most successful UK artists of our generation. It sounds mad, innit?
Sounds crazy.
It sounds crazy. You've come a long way. I've lost count. How many number ones you got?
7.
I've lost count. Welcome, Tinie Tempah, to Not for the Radio.
Thank you, man.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah, man. Thanks. Happy to be here. Well, yeah, thank you guys for coming down, actually.
Nah, man. Thanks for the hospitality. So we're sat here. What is this? Italian leather?
Nah, this is ostrich, baby. Come on, man.
Oh, this is ostrich.
This is ostrich, man.
Got the piano in the background.
Yeah, that I can't play.
You can't play the
I
piano?
can't
Just
play
stunning.
for shit, bro.
We got the Mobile Awards to the left of us. A couple of other awards up there as well. What's that up the top?
Couple Brits, couple UMAs.
Those ones are UMAs, man.
Yeah.
Gee.
And then that one, what's that? PRS. The couple number 1 ones, Ivan Novello. That one's funny because that one's from 2010.
Yeah.
But it came like about 2 months ago.
Oh, recently?
Yeah.
It's actually sick though. That's the best one up there in terms of like
The way it
aesthetically and it's proper heavy as well.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to design an award.
Shout out you guys, man.
Yeah,
Good, man.
Obviously, you've invited us over here today. We're at your house. It's a lovely house. We've seen some koi fish downstairs.
Yeah.
I was getting familiar with the giraffe. Is that an actual real giraffe?
Yes,
there?
that died of natural causes, but that was already there when I got the house.
Yeah. What's the story behind this house?
So basically, this house belonged to a guy called Alexander McQueen.
Yeah.
And Alexander McQueen is like a British fashion designer that just became like globally successful. And then I think he killed himself after his mum passed. And yeah, he's just an amazing designer. He's like a working class guy.
Yeah.
You know, like all of us come from very humble beginnings. And I really liked him because a lot of the stuff he did was inspired by like African culture as well.
Yeah.
So like even now these suits are ostrich. So from that, I stumbled across his house when I was looking for a few houses, and then I just saw the opportunity. I was able to buy it off of his trust, and then I did it.
Was this the first house you bought?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sick. It's proper dope.
Thanks, brother.
All right, as you just said, you're from humble beginnings, so let's take it back there. You know what I mean? Not for the radio is always an opportunity to do that. So before you've achieved what you've now achieved, and I'm sure you're going to achieve more, you're about to drop the new album and stuff, like take us back in the day, Pirate Radio days, Channel U days.
Yeah.
How did it all start for Tinie Tempah?
Right, okay, cool. Sometimes I'm gonna need to just like pause and think about something as well. Yeah. But so basically I started MCing from like school, from secondary school, and then I got a big family, so I got loads of cousins and that. You guys might even see me with my cousins more time on Instagram and that. And I started MCing after I heard like all the garage stuff, then Oxide and Neutrino, then So Solid, and then I started spitting. Obviously, I'm from Southeast London, originally from Peckham, so a lot of my cousins are still there. And then I moved to an area called Plumstead, which is next to Woolwich. And so obviously when I'm not there, then I'm gonna go and meet them in South, somewhere else. We'd all start spitting. I set up a few crews. I had a crew one time called V-Click. Then I had a crew on the ends called Sick Combination as well with a few people. And then I got in, and then I think it was New Brand Flex. So then for me it was New Brand Flex. So basically, Hold Tight Saskila, P, Boya, Free Car, Hoodlum, all the guys, Richie Montana obviously, Liffey. It was weird. Basically, we were these guys from South, but at that time, being a South London MC, Viz, Viz, you can tell them
about rapping.
It was not a thing. You had a few like hard gangster rappers, like shout out all the Brixton ones and that, some of the Peckham ones, but it was not a thing to be like a grime
MC,
MC, like you weren't getting accepted, wasn't happening. So I'm gonna be very honest on this interview, guys. So then basically, like Hold Tight Sass as well, because Sass was like, he was one of the bigger MCs in the area, probably at the time. He was probably one of the biggest ones. He knew Wiley as well. And so Sass would be the guy that would like come back to the ends.
Yeah.
he'd be the guy that would come back to the ends and then tell us all these stories. Like, yeah, man, I was chilling with Wiley and that, the road deep ones in East, bruv. East is where we need to be. Da-da-da-da-da-da. So anyway, so we're in this crew, New Brand Flex. We're doing all these sets, pirate radio sets. Everything's going cool. And then what happens after that? Then obviously me and Richie Montana, like we build this friendship, which I'll obviously get to. And then we're kind of just cool. And then I'm spitting, but I'm kind of like New Brand Flex. I'm kind of doing my own thing as well, shooting my own videos. I started like meeting some of the East ones, getting on with them, meeting some of the North ones, getting on with them. Like, and then basically, I think basically I became friends with people like Ironic and that, and Levels, Hold Tight Levels, Chucky, all the Royals and that, just naturally. So then basically spitting. And then I meet somehow the D-Darks and S. Hold Tight S from Clapton. He will know who I'm talking. S-Kid. S-Kid. So then I meet S-Kid. Big up S-Kid, definitely, man. He used to host us in his house all the time. And then for some reason, I don't know how, but for some reason I'm in New Brand Flex, but I'm kind of just making music. And then I've got my own people in South as well. And then D-Dark, I start going to D-Dark Studio, so then we make something called Late Days. So then that's when I did my Late Days. I started working with all them lot, and then they were in something called Aftershock Juniors. So then they were like, again, yeah, man, like Bruiser is looking for MCs. I was like, Bruiser? Bruiser's looking for MCs, swear down. So I said, yeah, Bruiser's looking for MCs, but big up Bruiser every single time, my brother.
Get me.
So then, you're right, Pabs. So then it's like, okay, Bruiser's looking for MCs. And then I'm like, all right, cool, man, I'm gonna go for this. Because, bro, I don't know what it is, but like, I just had this like, and I still feel like I have this just tunnel vision of like, but I want to make it, but I wanted to make it, and I wanted to make it at MCing as well. And so then I'm just rolling with them, still rolling with the kind of New Brand Flex ones in South. And then this Aftershock Juniors opportunity comes, and then before you know it, they're like, yeah, man, Bruiser and Terror fuck with you, Flash, Hold Tight Flash. And then I'm in Aftershock Youngers, bro. I'm in Aftershock Juniors.
There's some legendary crews there, man.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
Then
I'm in Aftershock Juniors, and then it's like I didn't really meet Bruiser straight away, but I remember that one time I went to East, and then it was in a petrol station on the big Whitechapel, like Commercial Road.
Yeah.
And then Bruiser pulls up one time, and Bruiser's like, yeah, man, nice to meet you. I was just like, fuck, this is mental. So then I'm going from Woolwich, I'm going through that tunnel, getting to Silvertown, bumping the train, still kind of in New Brand Flex. I'm sure they won't mind me saying that. But then kind of like, now I'm going from Stratford. We just used to hang around in Silvertown. Royal used to live in Silvertown. Yeah. And then now I'm going from Stratford to Forest Gate.
Yeah.
So I'm getting to Stratford, getting on the bus to Forest Gate, and then I'm just hanging out in Terra's house. Then, when I was in college times, then I decided, right, cool, there's this thing called Channel U. Loads of people from where I was from wasn't rating Channel U. Everyone was like, don't go on there. Yeah. Bruv, everyone was saying, don't go on there.
Why is that?
I don't know, but I just think in London that we have a certain type of mentality. And I don't want to say like there's anything negative about the mentality, but I think people just don't rate a lot of things, basically.
Yeah. Like, people saying like, make music, make videos for MTV or whatever, aspire to MTV rather than...
Yeah, so at the time, for us, you could either go on Channel U or you could go on Bass, innit? So Hold Tight Shiesty, Lady Sovereign and all them lot, they were going on Bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Those were like the only two for like urban, kind of independent, whatever. So then I did Wifey, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway, because the tune was like just popping in South, like I was getting it around all over MSN and that, it was popping. So then I linked up with this girl, Carly Cusson.
Oh, did Carly shoot Wifey Rhythm?
Carly shot Wifey, Carly and Dan.
Oh, sick. Digital Dan.
Digital Dan.
Yeah.
yeah, so then I was like, I have this video, Saskilon, that introduced me to Carly. So then I was like, I have this song, man. I want to do a video for it. Then you right, pub? Yeah. Then they were like, oh, how much have you got? I said I got 8 bills. I was working in a call center. You know, double glazing, Supremo Glaze. I was working at Supremo Glaze. I saved 8 bills. I wasn't making no money from music. And so I said, I've got 8 bills. And they said, oh, what do you want to do in the video? I'm like, oh, you know, I want a car crash at the end, and I want to like knock over this girl and da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it was dramatic.
Yeah, then they were just laughing at me. They were like, yo, like, I'm sure you know, Post.
Yeah.
They're
They
like,
charged
yo,
you 8 bills though.
8 bills, bro.
That's a lot back in
Yeah,
them days.
so I remember I got
still.
all the 8 bills cash, and then I remember I called in bare favors, like whole tight jazz. I got the car from a friend, got some posh girl that we knew at the time, done some of the video in her house, used a friend's restaurant, used a friend's cabbie, got Bruiser to do a cameo in it, all that kind of stuff. And then the video just popped. Video popped at the time, #1 on Channel U for like 10 weeks. It was a madness. That's when the PA started coming, free £400.
Yeah.
I was happy, bro.
Yeah,
I was happy, life had changed. And then, so then I was kind of doing all that kind of stuff. And then I'll go to this house party one day with my mum. I'm at this family gathering. Then there's one like big doctor that's kind of like part of our family and that at the time, but he's passed now, rest in peace. And then Dummy's just at this party. So then my mum's like, oh, you know, meet your cousin, Dummy. So then after I'm like, oh yeah. So I'm looking at him, I'm like, oh man's got like a leather jacket where he can. I'm like, Rolex.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, it's my cousin, it's my big cousin.
Dummy was on it from early, like you got to admit.
Bro,
You was on it from early, central London. He's laughing. Anyway.
I was like, oh, okay, it's my cousin, yeah? Okay, say no more. But then in my own head as well, I was kind of gassed as well. That's another thing I think we have in our London mentality. We can get gassed easily if we don't have the right guidance. You know what I mean? But I'll get to that as well. So then in my head, I'm kind of gassed as well. I think I'm wearing some mad like Sean John. My mum used to get some stuff from America. I don't even know if it was legit, bro. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie, bro. But I was wearing this mad like Sean John blue tracksuit. I had the cubic zirconias in. I was feeling myself.
I can't lie, remember your cubic game was hard.
Bruv, strong. Bruv, Posty. It was the strongest, bruv. What's that one on the high street again? Not H. Samuels, there's another one.
H. Samuels, bro.
Not Accessorize. I used to sneak in there, bro, and make it happen.
You had the extra big joints.
Big, bruv. They had to be big, like 50 Cent. Like 50 Cent, B. R. Kelly, remix to Ignition. Yeah, so then I had the big cubic zirconia joints in. I had the tracksuit on. And then my boy pulled up in a Peugeot 206.
Yeah.
With the sat-nav in Tom at the time, fresh.
Big girl.
Leather interior. I don't know if it was real leather. Pleather.
Yeah.
All blacked out, so it felt like a cinema inside. You know, when they got the blue LEDs and that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I'm thinking, all right, cool, man. Like, I've met my cousin, like, he's cool, but this is like, you know, African party. Man's just done wifey rhythm.
Yeah.
Like, let me cut out. Let me go and link some things. Let me get on. I'm 16. Do you get what I mean? Let me go and enjoy my life. So I meet Dumi. Oh, nice to meet you. Yeah, cool. I'm like, cool. Don't exchange numbers. Don't do nothing. My mum stays at the party. So obviously they have their own conversation and whatnot. And then basically, so then I just leave and then I just get on with whatever I'm getting on with. And then a couple weeks later, I always used to go cinema, like with one of my cousins, big up Henry, he ended up going to RADA as well. So he was just mad into like film, foreign film, everything. So every Friday, I used to say, no matter what from studio, I'm going to stop and go Odeon in Greenwich. So I'm going to Odeon, same Friday as always. And then I just see some guy just come out of Nando's, bruv. His chick is sitting there, just some pretty lighty. And then he just gets up, pushes the table and he runs out. I'm like, what's happening? This wifey shit is peak, yo.
It's crazy.
This wifey shit is peak. So then he's running at me. So then he's like, yo, T. So I look at him, then he's like, bruv, you don't remember me. Look, Pablo lights fizz. So it's like, you don't remember me? I'm looking at him. He's like, oh, yeah, your cousin, Dum. I'm like, oh, Dummy, man, what's up? Again, looking fresh, da-da-da-da-da. And then I saw he had like a compact. I think that at that time, I saw he had a compact BMW. I was like, jeez, man. I was like, this guy, man, fucking hell. So then he was like, bro, man, we should talk. Take my number. Cool. But I'm still doing my thing. I'm recording. I got that stuff going on in South. I'm in East. I'm working with Richie. I'm doing all these different kind of things, working with the Beat Freaks. So then me and Dummy start talking. Then obviously, like, we're family, so we're close. So then we realize, like, we don't live that far from each other at the time. And I remember then I go to his crib. Then I'm like, wow, man's got a sick house. He's living with his boy at the time. And then basically, we just continue like being friends. I remember one time he goes to pick me up from college as well, from SFX, because I went to SFX. He went there. One time he picked me up. Then he bought me like a phone. And I was just like, this is my big bro, man. Like, it's a good guy, like really like looking out for me, listening to my music, not really asking me like for anything or anything. It's just like cool, nice. And then I was just really inspired as well, to be honest with you, because like where I'm from, I've seen people like have things and do things, but it wasn't, to be honest, it wasn't in like that. Like it wasn't like that at that time. Like he just seemed like he just had it together for a 23. He was at 23 at the time, so for like a 23-year-old man. So then we were just kind of just chilling, getting on with it, to African party, this, that. I'm still doing what I'm doing. Then Dummy one day says, oh, bro, like, yeah, man, we should like proper talk about, you know, trying to do this. So I'm like, yeah, man, like I've been thinking that as well, man. Like I think like you could be the person that could do this. And then after I was like, but obviously like I'm in Aftershock at the time, and I'm working with the Beat Freaks. I'm working with like all these different people. So what's the best way for me to like, you know, kind of just let them know that I'm gonna do things? And then D was like, you should go and talk to everyone. You should tell them that you just want to do your own thing. And I'm not gonna lie, at the time I was a bit scared, bro, because to be in a crew, bro, like, you know, more power to everyone that's in crews as well, but you're kind of safe to a certain degree. Do you get what I mean? Because you're around your people all the time. It's good.
You can bounce off them.
Yeah, you can bounce off them. You can bounce off them in the pen. So I was like, all right, cool. So I'm gonna have to break away from everyone, kind of thing. So I did that, and then that's where the journey of.
Did everyone kind of take it all right? Was there a little bit of hostility?
Because to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's not like I wasn't. I don't think people thought I was the most popping one in the crew, bro. Like it wasn't. I don't think it was like that. Like I think people saw a potential, but it's not like.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So when
at the time, people was like proper on like the D-Darks.
Yeah.
It was Crucial in...
Crucial, Hot Tag Crucial.
They had like
as well.
a song called On The Block. Stuff like that. So I was really going off on that. So,
it's interesting you say that. Do you feel it was like that, in your opinion? Like, I know you dropped like Sexy Beast, Hood Economics, which did their thing. They did damage on radio. You dropped the videos on Channel U, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But until Pass
Hot
Out,
Tag Flute.
do you feel that you was kind of like, ever before that you was top of the food chain, before you dropped Pass Out, at any point?
To be honest, I think that there was a few nice moments. You have to remember, for me, it was like, I'm a fan of this shit, bro. So, and I like to think that I've like studied it as well. So I already knew that I had a few odds that weren't really working in my favor. Like, you're from South, bro. At the time, obviously, hold tight, Fulton Heath, now the 7, bro. It's a beautiful thing. Gigs, Peckham, it's amazing. Brixton, it's amazing. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, on like a proper like real rap.
But at that time, East had it.
Yeah.
The time you was
on the radio and all that. Do you know them ones? So, so for me, like at that time, to be honest, it was just like a pleasure to be there, bro. It was like just a madness to be in the mix, to like be one of the ones considered. Pablo. Yeah, I was just like really happy to be like in the mix. So it was one of those ones that when I said, I'm gonna kind of just do my thing, everyone was kind of like, all right, cool, man. Like it was easy and it was amicable. And I still talk to everyone today. Like all the New Brand Flex guys come down to the pop-up the other day. And I still talk to Terra. I, funny enough, saw Terra at Coachella.
Yep.
When I did Coachella in 2011, he was like, again, one of the only ones from the ends at the time, bruv, just doing his DJ set, he had his bag on. I was like, I see you, bruv. You've been killing this shit from a long time, you know, so big up Terra.
So let's talk about the moment that really kind of changed your life, which is obviously Pass Out. I remember that day quite clearly. I was actually on the way to your shoot to get some behind the scene footage. But I just felt on the day, I don't know why, I felt like this was a shoot I needed to be at because I had heard so many people were there. Like I heard Skepta was there, I heard Jeremy was there, I heard G-Fresh was there. And these were the kind of shoots that I used to look forward to because I could get like loads of different content from all the different people there.
Yeah.
But Femfel was actually my lift that day and he arrived late. So we didn't actually end up making it to the shoot. Thanks, Fem.
Do you know what, yeah? Do you know what? It's one of the days I regret. It's one of the days my kind of like, I had so much to do and I was just like, I've got to drop that one out.
Yeah.
I've got other responsibilities, like work shit. Do you
Yeah,
get what
I
mean?
won't put anyone on blast, but we invited loads of people to the shoot, man.
And then when I saw the video,
everyone was invited to that pretty much.
But can I be honest as well? There was a track before Pass Out, yeah? Because when I got Pass Out, like, I remember, big up my radio producer, Lee, I was like, yo, this track is amazing. Is it me or is this track amazing? That's what I said to my radio producer, and he was like, he worded it perfectly. He said, this is a career-defining record. That's what he said, and I was like, yeah. But there was a track before that you released.
Yeah.
Was it almost released? Biker Babes.
Yes.
And I was like, because you'd come on the show, you'd drop freestyles, you'd done your rounds.
Yeah.
You'd done your rounds.
Yeah.
And then I got this record, Biker Babes.
Yeah, Electro.
And I was like, T's in trouble, man. I can't lie. I was like, T.
Why didn't you tell me, bro?
No, because it's not my place. Obviously, I know Dummy. I know that we got mutual friends and stuff, whatever. But it weren't my place to be like, this ain't the track. Because I could have been wrong.
Yeah.
I could have been wrong.
Yeah, I feel you.
But what made you not go with Biker Babes?
Do you know what it was? Yeah. Like, I've always had like a natural inclination. Pablo's loving this ostrich. This isn't good. But yeah, I've always gravitated to different styles of music. Like I've always gravitated to different sounds from house, from indie. Like I used to listen to indie bands growing up as well. Like I used to listen to radio, bro, like Radio 1, Capital FM, as well as pirate stuff. So for me, I've always been an ambitious musician. Like even when I made Wifey, no one was making music like that at the time. It wasn't like a thing to be like rapping about chicks or Pablo. It wasn't a thing to be like rapping about chicks at the time and stuff like that. So then when I made Biker Babes, for me, that was like I wanted to have a big like single moment. Do you get what I mean? I wanted to have like a single opportunity. There was loads of artists at the time that were like signed and in situations and they were like having single moments. They were getting into the chart and their careers were progressing.
Was that like the era when Wiley made Rolex Sweep?
Yeah.
Skepta made Wearing My Rolex.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a sound at the time, exactly. All right, I'm gonna let Pablo go now. Let's really get into this. Yeah. That was a sound at the time, do you get what I mean? That kind of vibe. So I wanted to have like a single moment as well.
Yeah.
And we weren't signed, we weren't in any like record label situation.
Yeah.
So this was like, all right, cool. Yeah, I do all the like freestyles, I do grime music, I do that. But my peers, my contemporaries are moving on.
Yeah, to the next sound.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're moving on. They're evolving, bruv. Look, they got a video now. It's not just Channel U and bass, bruv. I saw a man on Kiss, bruv. Saw a man on the boat.
It was a mad time.
It was a great time. That was like the first, for me again, aside from the So Solid era, that was when I was seeing my own peers. Obviously a lot of people that are older than me still, but I was seeing them evolve and just do more things. So I was like, okay, cool. So then that is basically the reason why we decided to go with Biker Babes as a single. But in terms of like other styles of music and electro music, like one of my biggest songs Yeah, and that's even what
that's the tune you got signed with.
Yeah, and that's the tune that I got signed with as well.
Okay.
So we had already produced that in-house in Greenwich in the studio that we still use today. We had a whole album. I think we sampled even Pet Shop Boys, West End Girls. We sampled Girls on Film as well, and it was that kind of electro sound as well. And then that was like the album that I got signed off of. And then even to this day, like one of my biggest songs is still Miami to Ibiza, do you get what I mean? Or like Drinking from the Bottle with Calvin Harris and Swedish House Mafia. I'm like so proud of those moments, man. I was in Madison Square Garden, sold out with Swedish House Mafia, performing Miami to Ibiza. Jason Statham's in the crowd, drinking champagne, Usher. But I was just like, I'm rapping with these guys. This is madness. So yeah, anyway, back to that song. So then that's the album that got me signed. And then Pass Out is like, as soon as I got signed, for me it was like something just happened in my brain. It was weird. It was like, obviously I feel very like, I feel like I'm a very spiritual person. I'm a very religious person. And obviously I was very thankful to God for the opportunity. It's something that I always in one part of my heart believed would happen, but there's always a part in your head as well. It's like, imagine, bruv, like it might not work for you. So when that happened, it's like something just clicked in my head, and it's like, I'm now prepared to work harder than anyone in this world for this opportunity and to make this opportunity last.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? And so, bruv, it was literally like the first session that I got into after I'd actually put pen to paper. Okay, we like your music. We saw you do a little flex at Wireless. Cool. So then after I put pen to paper, it was like the first session I did with Labyrinth. First time I ever met Labyrinth. I heard Labyrinth on all the Master Shorty stuff at the time. And like I said, I'm a musical person. I just listen to everything. Anything that just sounds wavy, I'm listening to it. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So I'm listening. I thought Labyrinth was like some old 40-year-old white guy or something. When I was hearing his voice, I was like, so then basically the session was arranged. I meet Labyrinth. He's like me, bruv, same age. Do you know what I mean? Same sort of background and that. And then within 24 hours, then we just made Pass Out, bro. And then I remember like Master Shorty come into the room at one point, and then the two stylists that Labyrinth works with, shout out Aisha and all that, they were in the room, and everyone was just, and like them times, it's like what people don't realize as well is that when you sign a record deal, once you are now part of like a record label environment and situation, like A&Rs can now walk into your session, bro. Do you get what I mean? People that have invested in you can now come into your session and have a say, or feel like they can have a say on what you're doing.
But what deal have you got though? Isn't Disturbing London a record? Aren't you signed to Disturbing London, and Disturbing London's got a record deal, basically?
So basically, Dummy and myself are Disturbing London.
Yeah.
I'm signed to Disturbing London. Disturbing London licenses my music to Parlophone, Warner Parlophone.
And it's been like that from the start.
Been like that from the
beginning.
beginning.
Because a lot of people weren't doing that. Yeah.
Be able to get yourselves in that position?
Because Dummy is a G. And at the time, I won't lie, I was younger. So if you want Dummy to ad-lib or interject...
Yeah, Dummy, can you just quickly interject? Because I think like a lot of people would want to know how you were able to get yourselves in that position. We need you to walk over here briefly and just...
Yeah, because I think a lot of people at that time were signing direct to the label, and I think... From the outside looking in, I could be wrong, yeah?
Come on,
it
Dummy.
feels like...
The people are waiting, we want to know.
Yeah, brother,
I'm joking.
I can't tell it correct, you know.
No problem. How did we get ourselves in that situation?
No, just why? Why did you decide?
Because at the time, obviously, we were recording loads of musical by ourselves. So that's like... We were doing it for at least 3 to 4 years, independently, putting out records. We had put out like singles, we shot loads of videos, obviously Tears, After Tears, Hood Economics. And we did that Hood Economics and Tears, and then had the Hood Economics mixtape that we put out. We got distribution on that. So that was already released on Disturbing London. So we had the imprint, we had the studio, built the studio and the office where T still records.
Shout out Richie Montana.
Where Richie is now. And so, yeah, we were just there. We were like properly trying to be professional, doing it professionally. And then by the time, because of where the music industry was at the time, lots of people were having commercial hits, what T was just previously talking about, with like, Strider Man and all of those records, and Ironic. So we had a record that we just, no one was hollering at us, so it was just like, we're going to do it all by ourselves. So we intended to put the record out all by ourselves anyway, and he was already doing shows. Performing, like around the obviously around the region. And then what happened now? So by the time it was a summer, the records label started talking to T, talking to us. We had the record, so we had like a 12-track record that we was already speaking to the producer about, doing the deals on the producers and all of that. And so by the time the label come, and we had seen some of the mistakes that had been made with some of the other acts. So then we were kind of clear with where T was in terms of his positioning and what we wanted to do. So the label, we just wanted to have a creative control. So creative control was the most important thing. So the only way we could get creative control was by owning it, like licensing it to them. So they licensed the record off of us. But then we ended up making a whole completely different record.
So we have to essentially make the record ourselves. And then once we make the record, we present it to them. They say, okay, thank you. Yeah. And then they take it from us and then do the record label job.
Thank you very much.
I think that was an important move. Yeah. That's enough from you.
Thank you for joining.
Because you're going to try and get out of your own interview.
Pass Out has come out. It's doing mad numbers. Everybody's kind of, it's getting played in every rave that you're at. What was that feeling like?
Bro, it was mad, man. I remember there was like 2 points in particular where I was just like, this is crazy. At the time, I remember my mum helped me because I was MCing. I was like, I need to get like a nice whip in it. So I remember my mum helped me hire purchase a 1 series. So I remember it was like 17 bags or something. She was like, you can do it on my name, but you have to pay me. So I was like driving this car around, and I remember, again, so always obsessed with sound. I like how all the speakers were. And I remember the first time I heard Pass Out on like mainstream radio. So like I'd always heard my music on pirate radio. I'd heard Wi-Fi, Hood Economics, Tears. I even got the little 22 Choice FM plays and that. But then for the first time on like Kiss or like Radio 1. And back then radio was important. Like radio was something that, a lot of people, listened to. So that moment was like crazy. Yeah, not anymore. But that moment was crazy for me. And then I remember one time Reggie Yates had this event called Trading Places. Hold tight, Reggie Yates. And again, that was like elite, creme de la creme. Look at this guy's face. Because he's been there.
Yeah, of course
he's been there, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just listening. I'm enjoying the story.
If there's anything that I get wrong, then you can correct me because you've been there, bro. That's why this is good. Because you've seen all of this, bro. It's 100% true. So then was in Trading Places, bro, and Reggie had this event, bro. It was popping, bruv. Like you had to be of some sort of something or you're not getting in. Two celebs in there, like for us as well. Like it was a big deal. So I remember it was one of the first times we got invited. And we went there. Amy Winehouse was there. May her soul rest in peace as well. So I saw her. And then I remember then Pass Out came on. And then, bro, like there was like low ceilings. So everyone's like, wow. Everyone's banging the ceilings, banging. Pull up. Me and Dumi are wearing like our tourist jackets, whole time Brad Gaffy. We're feeling fresh. But I'm still like this, 19, 20-year-old kid. I'm like looking at all these people. So then they play again. Then they're back, and then all this time it's like December, like the song actually comes out in March. And obviously this is how some people will know how long I've been around, but back then the way releases used to work was different. Yeah. So obviously you'd build up to a release, the music would be on the radio, and then once you get to that day, I guess like an album now, then you'd be able to like purchase it, and buy it, So then this is all December time, so I'm like, like London is really like fucking with this. This is like mad.
Yeah.
So then all of a sudden I'm this like kid who's, I guess I've been around, I've kind of seen everyone, I kind of got to know everyone on the come up, but I never really had like my moment, or like you said, what was it, feel like I was like the main one in any clique or any crew. And then all of a sudden this song with Labyrinth, Hold Tight Labs, it's doing a madness.
Do you think you get backlash for that? For not being, or you got any backlash for that, for not being top boy in like the grime scene before that moment? Do you think people look at that and are resentful towards that?
To be honest, I don't really know, you know, bro. I don't really know, but in my head, the way I've seen things is that you should be able to make whatever you want. Like, it's so weird to me that like we live in a country where there's like loads of like talented musicians, and you could literally make everything. You can make gospel, you can make R&B, and I'm just talking about even people from our like culture as well. But for some reason, it just feels like, I guess maybe now things have changed a little bit, but it feels like if it doesn't fit within a certain format, you could be like the talented, you could sound like Adele. You could just be like some black girl from Ends that sounds like Adele, and you're singing. But if it doesn't fit within a certain, then you're just not, like, it's gonna be so difficult for you to like cut through. So I think for me, like, I don't know if there's resentment, but I feel like I don't think that they can be really, because I think everyone kind of, for as much as I know, everyone who I know that's in the scene and is still part of the scene, I think everyone, if you ask them all individually, and I have watched interviews where you have asked people stuff, like everyone has known how hard like I've grafted, bro, and I've always just tried to like stay in my own lane. I've always just tried to be me. Like I've never ever tried to not be anything that I'm not, or you know them ones. Well, I don't think so anyway.
So you say like obviously before Pass Out you had the £17,000 one series, which was a huge deal.
Fresh.
At the time. Fresh.
06.
In 06.
06, bruv. In 06, bruv. Are you crazy, bruv?
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Back then.
That's a big deal.
Bruv.
Yeah.
I was zipping around, bro, enjoying life.
Yeah. No, therefore. So how did life actually change for you after Pass Out? So it's gone number one.
It's gone number one.
What happens?
So basically, like, to be honest with you, there was a guy on the Radio 1, and he was just like bad-mouthing the track. So he was like, what is this shit? What is this track? What is this, like, Hold Tight Chris Moyles? So he was just like, what's this Pass Out nonsense? I got so many clothes, I keep some in my, what's he talking about? What's all this? So then every morning, it starts to turn into a little thing. And then he comes on the radio and he's like, not this again. And everyone's requesting it. And he's like, not this again. Pass out. I remember back then radio was huge. It was massive.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. But yeah, so he's like, what's this Pass Out? So then before you know it, like you said, Pass Out's on the radio, it's on the playlist. This was a song that wasn't even meant to be a single. This was meant to be like a street, what was it? What were they called at the time?
Like just a street release, like
a
warm-up record.
Yeah, this is a warm-up record, remember? So there's a warm-up record, gone out as a warm-up record, underplayed. Everything says going. Till we find ourselves, obviously, big up Reggie once again at the official charts, thing on the Sunday. Reggie's counting down all the numbers. I'm there with all the man them. I filmed it. Remember, at this time, guys, I had a blog as well called Milk and Two Sugars. Yeah. I've just like missed out the whole shit of that. And I was like filming myself on the come up.
Yeah, that played a part. That did play a part.
Yeah, I was filming every MC, anyone I bumped into, JME, Bashi, yes, bruv, where you going, what you doing?
Yeah, you and Bashi had the best blogs. I remember that time.
Yeah.
So I used to steal you lot's videos.
Jeez.
That's what got me in the game.
Wow, you see? It's all coming out.
I also tell you something as well. When I first started GRM Daily, I went on Facebook because obviously at the time that was the biggest platform that you could use socially.
Of course, yeah.
And I remember when I set up the website, I set up my Facebook, my MySpace, or whatever it was at the time, I emailed and messaged like all the MCs in the game, like 100 of them or 200 of them, and you and Bashi were the only people that responded.
Oh, my
and
G.
he was like, "Oh yeah, this is sick, brother. Well done. We needed this or something." I always remember that still.
Oh, my G, my guy.
This is before.
Yeah,
Pass
bro.
Out
I'm just all about everyone just trying to come up, bro, man.
Yeah,
that's the thing for me. But yeah, so then this whole blog thing is, it's like people are watching it, and then at the time I remember it was on WordPress. So then at the time I saw the stats, and it's like you've got 1 million unique
visitors. On your,
bro.
That's a
on
lot.
this blog, bro.
That's a lot of numbers.
Yeah, at that time.
Yeah.
MySpace was popping. It was like me, JME was killing it as well. JME had all these designers, bro. I couldn't keep up with that shit. Ironic was killing it. So all of this was all bubbling up. All of this was, I guess, the social media like of the time. And then we're sitting there, Reggie Yates, I'm filming myself for this blog. They're like, Reggie's saying all the numbers at number 3, at number 2. Then this brother's Pass Out, bro. And Pass Out is number 1. And this, bro, I just, bro, I don't even know, bro, because I was 21, bro. I was 21, and I just, like, it was weird. Like, I always thought that something good would happen and something big would happen, but I just.
But what's it like though? Because having a number 1 is not an experience that everybody has received. Obviously, like we've had a lot of MCs that have done sick in all different sick ways.
Yeah.
But obviously at that time to get a number 1 in the chart, in the singles chart, was a huge, massive deal. So how did life change? Because we want to experience it with you. Like, what happened? Now, what is it? Like, you're walking down the road, everybody knows who you are, you're actually seeing the benefits financially. Like, what was the difference, really?
Nah, not really, you know. Like, when I got a number 1, I was still living at my mum's house.
Okay.
I had a congestion charge bill that was racking up. You know them ones. So I was still living there, and I remember thinking, you know, in your head you just think, all right, cool. Number 1, life is gonna change now, so let it all happen. But I remember it was a slow process because that's when a lot of work begun. That was when like a whole new world. It was like there was the urban world. And like, okay, well, cool, we're going to do Rewind magazine, we do this, we do that, we do this little 2 a.m. show here, this one. Now, it's the whole fucking world, bro. Literally, bruv. First it started in England. Pass Out was literally the whole world, bro. First it started in England. So I'm going to all the different radio stations now with the nice seats. You know them ones, little cup of tea in the waiting room and all that. Nice condensed mic, sounds like the studio mic. And so I'm doing all of that promo. Everyone's really intrigued. So you're Tinie Tempah, what does your name mean? This. Doing all of that. I'm not really like seeing any money. I'm just like working. I'm not, I've never been a kind of person that's like, oh, how much did we make? Or like, how much have I got? Or I'm not that kind of person. So just working. And then to be honest with you, like I'm excited as well because I'm just thinking, none of these people wanted to talk to us before. Like they didn't want to talk to us before. So yeah, you want to ask me shit. I want to tell you, I'm going to use this opportunity and make the most out of this opportunity. That's what I said on the album. I'll show you how to make the most out of a crappy deal. You know them ones. So I'm talking to everyone, we're doing promo, then it's turning to TV, come and perform Pass Out here. Labyrinth's a producer them times. Labyrinth is not even like he's obviously always been like an all-round artist, but he's not like an active artist. He's like a front man. A front man. So now it's like, can you come and do this performance here? Come and do this performance, this one. We need the next single. What's the next single? You know, all that stuff, all the record label conversations. So to be honest with you, it wasn't like, oh, now I've got like a nice new car. I think at the time, I remember I got like, I must have made, because I had it in cash, but I had like 40 grand and I went and bought like an E350 at the time. I think I was still living at mum's. No? Just moved out? Okay, just moved out.
So your brother?
Yeah, that's my little brother.
Your brother got your bedroom. That's how he knows now. You was gone.
Yeah, he was enjoying
upgraded
life
to the bigger bedroom.
He was enjoying life still. The sound system, PlayStation, everything.
Right.
But yeah, so then, where was I? So I got the E350. I went, I remember.
What did you do with the Beamer?
I sold the Beamer. I
Okay.
sold the Beamer.
See, it's all coming out now.
Yeah, and I
It's all
bought
coming
this
out.
watch, but this is when Discovery came out. This is actually when Discovery
Let's
came out.
talk about
really.
that. I want to get to the album.
Yeah.
Because, all right, so you drop this album, right?
Well,
and
you
it
dropped
goes...
Flirt before the album. Oh, you dropped...
In 2 days, you made Wonder Man and Frisky. You made
Yeah, Frisky.
What, and Pass Out?
Flirt.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You made those 3 singles in one day?
Yeah, in 2 sessions. Yeah.
Frisky, that's what I meant.
Oh, 2 sessions?
Yeah, Frisky and Wonder Man. It's true.
So due to those records, you
yeah,
dropped
there was
this
a mad
album.
chemistry there still.
Yeah.
That was a madness.
It's great. Do you still speak to...
Check for Lab, yeah, of course,
Okay,
man.
okay.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so you dropped this album with them 3 singles on it.
Yeah.
It goes triple platinum.
Yeah.
That's the most... Is that...
This shit goes triple platinum.
That's the most sold English urban album, isn't it? Yeah. Discovery. Yeah. What numbers was it? Was it like 86?
800, just under 900,000.
900,000. But I mean, if...
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide, 1.3.
So it sold 1.3 million copies. Okay. And what's the next after that?
What?
The next sold most. Who sold the most after that? Oh, you don't check? You definitely know, but it's cool.
You're trying to be humble.
You must know.
All right, cool. So this album goes triple
So
platinum.
that's been the biggest selling UK.
It's
End of 300,000, but double platinum.
End-Up sold a lot of records though. End-Ups went double platinum as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Devlin went gold, but that's a grime album. I don't think he gets enough
Maverick
props
Sabre
for
at
that.
the time. Didn't he go platinum? He went platinum though, no?
What did Boy in the Corner do?
Boy in the Corner done about 100,000, I think, the album Over the Power.
Okay.
So these numbers are actually crazy. And you stayed in the top 40, what is it, for like some ridiculous time, half a year or something.
Yeah, it was
something
mad. And then
stupid.
Pass Out was the biggest selling song of the year as well.
So
It was
then
a
off the
madness.
back of that, you do this tour. Is this where you do the O2?
Nah, at first, so we start like Academy 1. But
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is the
yeah.
thing, everything, that's why I can't really tell you about like life changing, like all the nice stuff. Yeah, like academies, 1,000, 2,000 capacities.
When did you do the O2? Because I think that was a very special
We
moment.
did the O2 after we'd done America. No? Yeah, so we did academies, then we did Hammersmith, then we did O2. But by that point, yeah, Hammersmith went to America,
come
did some
back.
promo there, come back, then did the O2.
So talk to us about the O2 experience and that massive homecoming. How many tickets is that? Like, didn't you do 2 days?
O2, 1 O2, 1 in Wembley.
One Wembley. In one weekend that was as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So how many tickets is that in one weekend?
O2 is what, 26,000 in it? O2
Twi-
and then Thingy is what, 30, 18. So you're doing under 40,000, 45.
40,000 tickets at what price?
Ah,
Yeah, exactly. But no, people need to know this though. People need to know this. Like,
Yeah, but you don't get
the-
paid that. It doesn't work.
I
like
know, but forget that. It's like the money that your music
Oh,
is
it's
generating,
generating. Yeah,
your
yeah,
creativity
of
is
course,
generating
yeah.
is
that.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
So talk to us about that
it's
weekend.
going into millions at that point. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
going into millions.
Talk to us about that O2 experience, because it was a homecoming for you. I know you dropped the documentary around that time as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah,
talk
yeah.
to us about that.
So then at that point, like I said, all these third party people start hollering. So I'm doing the O2 now. I'm doing all these big festivals. And then I'm doing, even these book people holler as well. My story so far. They're like, we want to help you like write your first book. I'm like, shit. I'm like, okay, cool. They're like, we want to make it a biography. I'm like, an autobiography, sorry. So I said, oh no, I'm not ready for autobiography. So let's make it like mainly like a picture book kind of thing, yeah. So then I get Hattie Collins involved in that. She helps me do that, hold that Hattie Collins. And then all this shit's happening, but it's like, I'm one person just trying to like balance all of this. And obviously I'm on this ride, the adrenaline is crazy. I'm trying to just do everything basically. So I'm not sleeping and we're just going like 110 miles per hour. And then I think I have the book signing even like the day before the O2 or something. Or like, yeah, the day of the book signing in Blue Water. We do the book signing in Blue Water. Yeah, it's bruv, madness. Book signing in Blue Water. Queues going all around the corner. Blue Water was like my local as well. That's why I wanted to do it there. Because I'm from like Woolwich, and so everyone used to get on the 96 to Blue Water them times. So I did it there. It was crazy. Then we did the O2, and that, for me, bro, like 22 years old, O2 sold out. I lived in Canary Wharf at the time. Like New Providence Wharf, so I had a little apartment there. I was renting, I was flexing, and I could see it. You know, like when you look across, you can see like the thing. So it was getting that all in the documentary, and I was just like, "This is mad." I was like, "I think I've done it." Like I think this is like this is like what I wanted to do. This is sick, and this is in the ends as well. This is like the biggest thing in the ends. I text everyone. I text every MC. I said, please come, you're invited. You're this, you're this, you're this. And then I think after that, bro, I was just in like the zone. And in the zone, it's kind of like when I did Olympics. It's like you're just, because it's such a big show, you're just thinking about executing it right. Like, you're not thinking, oh, this is mad. Everyone's obviously there. Your girl, your mom, your dad, all your friends, the person that you go gym with, everybody's there backstage waiting for you. We had catering, didn't we have Nigerian then times? Second time. Oh yeah, so we had some good catering. But I wasn't thinking about that, bro. I was just thinking, I need to get this right. Like no one, like with all due respect to everyone, no one from where I've come from, I've been able to see do this. So I need to kill it. Because you know the other thing as well, bro, like in your head, you know, once you get that level of success, bro, you know that term one-hit wonder? You're a one-hit wonder, bruv.
You're running from that, yeah.
Hey! And then the bigger the song, the bigger the pressure.
Yeah.
You've just had the biggest selling song of the year by any male artist, black, white, rapper, singer, guitar. It's passed out. Yeah. So now, bruv, I'm just thinking, oh my days, one-hit wonder. They're gonna call me a one-hit wonder, bruv.
Is that why it took so long?
Bruv! No. Posty, look into my eyes, bro. You don't understand, bro. You don't because everyone's happy for you anyway, but it's that thing, innit? It's where we're from, you know, like you come back to the village, everyone just laughs. Bruv, I was terrified, bro. So I got Dumi's got me, I got my family around, the circle's tight, it's closed. And then this is one of those ones where it's just like, now we need to concentrate. I've got Richie. Richie's probably worked with pretty much every MC in the scene, so you could ask anyone else about Richie. Richie is militant. There's militant black guy, Richie's militant white guy. And Richie is just like, no, doesn't sound good. Do this, do that, do this. I'm in there. When I'm not in there, me and Dumi are traveling all over the world in all these uncomfortable situations, uncomfortable studio sessions. Some big like US producer, fat guy with some like grills, drinking lean. You know them ones just comes in. I'm just like, I need to make bangers, bro. I need to like, do you get what I'm saying? I need to do this. So, bro, when I got to the O2, I was just like, this is mad, but now I can't go back from this. Like, I can't. In myself, I'm so happy and I'm so thankful to God, but whatever this means, just know I cannot, like, in myself. I'm just being honest with you as well. Just know I can't go back from this. I'm not going to be that guy that's like, oh, yeah, you did the O2 one day that time.
It took you a while to drop your second album, though. Was that part of the reason then? Why? Because you was fearful about not living up to your last album.
No, I don't think I was fearful about not living up to my last album. It wasn't that. It was basically just more being fearful about getting it right, because all the people that I worked with everybody I wanted to work with. I had Dizzy on that album. Like, it was, do you know how much of a madness it was to like get Dizzy out and make Dizzy a part of the album? It's me, Dizzy and Ty Dolla $ign on that track, you know that, innit? Back then, in 2013. Me, Dizzy, and Ty Dolla $ign. Do you get what I mean? So in terms of like what I was doing and what I was creating, I was happy with that. But I'll be honest with you, what I didn't like at that time, and I think part of the reason why it took so long is because, bro, like I said, once you're signed, you know, or you're involved with third-party people, especially you know, just in my experience anyway, but you just have way more people in the studio and it becomes a lot more. Has he done it? It's like, has he done it yet? Has he done it? Has he made another one? Has he made another one? Has he made another one? So it's like, fuck, man. So then it doesn't matter how expensive the studio is now. It doesn't matter whether you're putting me on a first class flight to LA, because I know at some point some guy is gonna come in the studio with some producer that I don't even know. And you're going to be like, oh, how's it going? Where's the banger? Where is it? Where is it? So that was the only thing. I'm just trying to kind of like fight to kind of have my own thing. And so I got like a little farm. I stayed in a little farm, some place, Angelic Studios. I was working on the album there. I went to Ocean Island, just me and Richie as well, just zoned out, you know, them ones. And then after that, I'd done that. But that's why it took so long. And then to be honest with you, record label politics, my brother. Like I'm signed to Parlophone through Disturbing London. I'm signed to Parlophone originally at the time, EMI, right? EMI, gone, up for sale, randomly, bro. Randomly, just as the album is about to come out, yeah? But then obviously, cool, I'm a top priority artist, because Discovery's just done a madness. So they're like, don't worry, T, everything's going to be cool. So EMI is now up for sale. They're saying that these business guys are going to buy it. Like, I'm like, okay, cool. You can't, there's nothing you can do, bro. So then as that happens, then they're like, right, now Warner are getting involved, and Warner might want Parlophone, and now Universal might want Virgin. It was Parlophone, Virgin, EMI, all one family. You can cross-pollinate, da-da-da-da-da. Now they're like, all right, cool. Universal might take Virgin, Warner might take Parlophone. But I don't know what this stuff means. But before you know it, everyone that was part of my original team, they're gone, bruv. Everyone, my PR lady, the product manager, all the people that I met at the label that were like, these are your people, the video commissioner, everybody is gone. Even down to the TV person eventually is gone, right? And so then all of that happened, and then the other thing that happened was then now going from that transition to from physical sales to streams. So now we're in the era, streams are kicking in, there's this thing that's happening, no one knows what it equates to at the time. Now they've worked out 1 equals this, but back then no one really knows what it means. So then yeah, that's it. And that's basically where we was at the time. So all of this stuff was going on while I was creating the album, and that is why, to be honest, that whole process took so long.
Okay.
Was written in the stars on the second album?
No, it was on the first album.
On the first album?
Yeah.
Oh, was it on the first?
Yeah.
Mad. So let's talk about that song as well, because that was like a phenomenally huge song. Was that a bigger song than Pass Out or not? Or is Pass Out still
Sales-wise,
like...
Globally it was. Globally, so in America it sold like 3-4 million singles.
Oh, really?
So it was like on WrestleMania and shit.
Yeah. In America,
3-4 million singles.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
And what happened? You had like a deal with WrestleMania as well, right?
Billboard number 9, US, chart.
Did you have a deal with WrestleMania?
No, I didn't have it. Oh, well, we had, like, they sync your track. I didn't have a deal with them, but they're like, we want to use it for WrestleMania. Obviously, for me, bro, as you can imagine, I was just like, that's a madness. I've watched that my whole life. But yeah, that song was mad, and that song just really took off in America as well. Yeah. And then because it took off in America, then it kind of emanated around the rest of the world, and then that was like colossal. Even in the first week in England, it was like 100,000 copies as well.
It was Monday Night Football as well, innit? It was on Monday. That was when it done it, because I actually went to WrestleMania and heard it playing in the arena. I was like, right, he smashed it. But then when it really hit home is every Monday night, like written in the stars.
Yeah, bro, it's mad.
Monday Night Football.
When you're selling numbers like that, especially with like the album sales, the single sales from Pass Out, and like the single sales from Written in the Stars, do you think that you guys were in the best position, as in how your business was set up, to actually receive the financial deserves that you needed at the time? Or could you have been in a better position for people that are kind of getting in the game? Good
question. Yeah. I think ultimately, from my experience and from my knowledge of the game, to be, if you're just you, Posty, I'm gonna record my whole thing by myself in my own studio. I'm gonna mix it by myself. I'm gonna master it by myself. I'm gonna retain all of the rights, everything. Then I'm gonna set up a label, and then I'm gonna use my own money, and then I'm gonna release it. I'm gonna use my own money and pay for the marketing. And then it does those numbers, then you are in totally the best situation. You're like, I wouldn't even be here now, to be honest. I will be trying to go to Mars with Elon Musk, bro. He's trying to go there in 6 years, but I will be so gone, bro.
Is that kind of what Dizzy did at a certain stage in his career with like the first Calvin Harris joint?
I think, yeah, along those lines. After he came out of his deal with XL, I'm paraphrasing. I haven't looked at Dizzy's contract or anything like that. But to my knowledge, Dizzy basically has had his own label at the time, Dirty Stank, still has it now, independently released, I think, a few more singles and an album on that label at the time, had a succession of number ones. Because I remember I was like, oh my Diddy, he's just showed us the next chapter of what you can do. Had a few number ones and then had a really successful album as well. And then, he killed it.
Yeah. No, most definitely. So, to be fair, it was the best position you could have been in at the time because obviously it was just been a lot of hard work to actually do it completely independent at the time.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Is that your most proud collaborations? I know you've had some big collaborations. Dizzy's massive. But you always speak about Dizzy quite fondly. Would you say, what's your most proud collaboration, would you say, to date? Or the one that's closest to you, means the most?
Oh.
What have we had? 2 Chainz, Swedish House,
Big Sean,
J. Cole,
Wretch.
Yeah. That birthday mixtape was hard still.
Pusha T, Wiz Khalifa.
Zara as well.
Zara Larsson, Jim Jones. Emily Sandé.
What one? You got to pick one, bro. What one do you want to say, like, to your fans now? That one's special to me.
All right, do you know what? This is controversial. This is controversial, but honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, even though it wasn't, like, it's not my favorite record that I've made by any means, but I would say Invincible with Kelly Rowland, you know? Yeah, I would say when I worked with Kelly Rowland, from Destiny's Child, Nelly and Kelly, Dilemma. I remember even when I was performing with her in Wembley, she came out for me in Wembley and that. I couldn't even rap, bro. I was just looking at her like, you're from Destiny's Child.
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Yeah, that for me, that moment and how she was like even to this day, like I still talk to Kelly Rowland. She kept in contact. She's personable, and I just remember at that time. That's why I said even in one of my freestyles, I alluded to her. I said, Kelly Rowland told me I'm invincible. You know them ones because. Like, just as a black boy growing up in South London, bro, Destiny's Child, bro, like, I never thought I'd know someone from Destiny's Child. That's the truth. Yeah.
You did it. You made it, B. All right. Thanks to Posty, I think, award ceremonies are no longer as important as they once were. Now we've got the rated awards, but the Brit Awards have come. The Brit Awards have come under some kind of like scrutiny over the past years. But they've given you your just deserves, I would say, over the years. Would you say that they've treated you fairly?
I don't know if any artist would really, if they was in this place, say that whether they've been treated fairly or not. I don't think treated fairly is the right way to say it.
Yeah.
But to say that I've been acknowledged by the Brits, yes. To say that I've received awards from the Brits, yes. To say that other artists from our culture have been acknowledged from the Brits, yes. Could they have been acknowledged more? Yes. Had to say, have other artists from our culture received awards from the Brits? Yes.
So would you say, we've asked Stormzy and a few other artists as well, Wretch, do you think the Brit Awards have acted accordingly this year?
For me personally, I was really happy to see the amount of MCs that I saw in all the nominations. Like, for me, to be honest, I think there's one part of me that thinks it's very, very important for us to have our own definitive identity for what we do, because sometimes it's not appreciated amongst everything else, and sometimes it's not as understood, I feel, by other people that, you know, haven't lived it or are not around it. Do you get what I mean? But at the same breath, there's also a part of me that feels like we shouldn't be separate. And this is just me like talking out loud and just being like, I'm as good as anyone else, bro. Like, I don't care if you got a falsetto and you can, like, I'm as talented as you. And if you're saying best male, or you're saying best song, or you're saying best album, I don't care if you're some old Persian man. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind being in the same category as you. So it's like, for me, I'm in a rock and a hard place, because I'm not gonna lie, there's a part of me that, especially growing up, if I'm being entirely honest, liked the challenge of being like, I'm gonna get from here to, like, I remember when I was at the Olympics, bro, and I was like standing in front of like Fatboy Slim, Queen, the Spice Girls. Like, bruv, I'm Tinie, bro, from Ends. You know them ones. So for me, it is as much about that as it is about like identifying one particular thing in a kind of like isolated way. I feel like everybody, music is music. Do you get what I mean? So it doesn't matter whether someone's rapping or singing. We should all be able to be appreciated on the same platforms. And to say that this platform was created for us, or it leans towards us or favors us, that's a completely different conversation, you know. But just being British and being born in London, like, I was born here, do you get what I mean? So all the different artists I've watched, underground and commercial, I've just wanted to be able to be seen alongside all of them, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
No, of course, definitely. Yeah. I'll let people know that we were interviewing you today on the socials. Someone wanted to know your verse on Sometimes. Was that about Jessie J?
Yeah, this is not for the radio. Yeah, it was.
It was?
Yeah.
There you go, people.
Yeah.
Hope that answers your question. Can you shed any light on that relationship at all? Was that a serious thing in your career, Viz? Pour me one, I might need it.
No, you're banned. Posty's banned from alcohol. We won't get into it, but you're banned.
Yeah, no, she's a lovely person, and obviously growing up, you know Posty, you know Viz. I know about you guys.
Nah,
I hear stories
Them
now.
sly
We
ones.
all know the same people, B. Trust me, everyone's just out here, innit? You know them ones. So, like, she's obviously like a lovely person, and I've got a lot of time for Jess. I respect her highly. I'm a big fan of her music, and yes, there was a time we was cool like that, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, most definitely. All right, cool. So let's talk about recent years. Obviously now you're Tinie Tempah, you're a huge global star.
Yeah.
You're from the grime scene. The grime scene comes with a lot of heat sometimes, a little bit of controversy.
Yeah.
Obviously, you grew up within the grime scene. At one stage, you and Chip would have been noted as being sort of kind of like friends in the game. We kind of saw you grow even in those times of like the Milk and Two Sugars. There was like a whole clique of people that used to kind of roll together.
Yeah.
Would say you and Chip was one of them. Last year, there was an onslaught of sort of like music kind of towards you from him.
Yeah.
Where would you say it all started for you?
Where would I say it all started? To be honest, what the first thing I saw in terms of like the onslaught, I don't know where that started. I personally do not know where that started, but in my opinion, I feel like every MC, pretty much 90% of MCs whose lyrics I've heard, there's always this friendly banter. There's always this, someone's indirectly this, or everyone's got this like fictitious enemy or person that they're against, this waste man or this. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, personally, if I'm being entirely honest, I remember when we was on the Game Over remix, and then I heard everyone's lyrics, and then after I heard, the underdogs are barking up or whatever, and I was best newcomer for Mobo's time ago. And obviously, at the time, I thought where everyone's cool, innit? I'm like, we're all MCs and we're all on this song together. But I literally was just nominated for best newcomer. So then obviously no one said anything. No one, the producer never said anything. So I was like, okay, cool. It wasn't a big deal. And then from there...
Did you ask him?
Nah, to be honest, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because for me, it was weird. It was weird because like I thought we were all on a record to be together kind of thing. So when I heard that, I was like, maybe it's about someone else, but it was just a bit odd. And so to be honest, I kind of just left it as at that. And then all of a sudden, then I just, that BBC, after that, I was just like, wow, I get it. Everyone's just trying to get somewhere in their lives. Everyone's trying to make something happen. If you want to score points on my name, you can do that. That's fine. More power to you. And after that, I was just like, yeah, whatever, man, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. So did you, obviously, you kind of hinted at kind of replying to some of the songs, because obviously you're a rapper yourself, so yeah. I'm sure, you know, like just being fans, obviously we've seen stuff like Jay-Z and Nas and all that kind of stuff. So,
but that's the thing. This ain't Jay-Z and Nas. That's the thing for me. It's not Jay-Z and Nas. And I feel like I said, everybody's lyrics, for 90% of the rappers that I listen to, there is a constant running, concurrent theme of this other person or this people that don't like you or are not fucking with you, or in more recent times, this op, this pagan. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, of course. If I feel like people have negative energy to me, whether it's the person that's getting the most energy for having negative energy towards me, or it's a tweet that I saw, or it's something that I heard. Remember, like I hear a lot of things, like I said in my intro, you know the one. So whether it's something I hear, of course, in my style of MCing, I'm always like, I'm a man as well, you know the one. So of course I'm gonna make a little comment or say something, you know the ones. But this definitely to me is not Jay-Z and Nas, bro.
When you say that, what do you mean not Jay-Z and Nas? Why? Because you're not American? Because what do you mean it's not Jay-Z and Nas? What do you mean by that comment?
What I can't really remember, but what was Jay-Z and Nas's qualm? What was...
It was about Jay-Z kind of... I think Jay-Z wanted to be like proper the king of New York at the time. And obviously he did Takeover. I mean, Takeover wasn't that personal though. Yeah. He just said a lot of fly shit and just kept it pushing. But Ether was more, you know, it had a bit more venom to it.
What, so he did Corporate Takeover first?
Yeah, Jay-Z did Takeover first.
What,
yeah.
And when at Nas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you don't remember it?
No, I do remember it, but I don't...
You can't see the similarities.
I don't see the similarities.
Okay. I don't know. I just mean like obviously battles happen in rap kind of thing, and I'm sure you being a rapper,
two important figures within the music scene.
You might have wanted to get involved.
But then that's the thing, bro, because battles are happening all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I can go on your site and I can show you loads of people that are sending for this person or talking about this person that they did something to the other day.
So are you saying between you two, it was kind of like friendly, musical kind of jabs or whatever that went too far? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying
that's the nature of the sport.
I'm not even saying that, because for me, like I said, that was the first thing I ever heard. Game Over was the first thing I ever heard where I was like, huh? Do you get what I mean? So I don't know. I can't say whether it was like friendly or whatever jabs, but yeah, there was definitely a point where it went way too far and I was just like, you know what, bruv, I get it. If you want to score points, if you want to do something with yourself, whatever you're trying to get somewhere, do your thing. But for me to engage in this is like...
Okay, so not to dwell on it, but last question. Is there any sort of truth behind the wireless...
bro, that's some Jay-Z Illuminati shit, bro. That's the stuff I grew up listening to, like, Jay-Z's in the Illuminati, da-da-da-da-da. Bruv, why have I got time to stop anyone from going to wireless, bro?
Yeah.
That is completely false. That is like, That's stupid, bro. Sometimes I see this stuff and I laugh. It is amazing, but I remember there was one time we was around the Jay-Z lot and we asked him obviously about the Illuminati stuff, and he was like, sometimes people just wanna believe stuff, and sometimes like obviously then the conversation carried on. But what I got from that is it was funny to me. Like, I'm not gonna come out on Twitter and be like, oh no, I wouldn't do that. But bruv, why would I ever stop someone from going to Wireless? I wasn't even at Wireless. I wasn't even performing there.
And the Young'un video.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason that you wanted to feature in that video when you did it?
Yes.
What do you think that was?
So, for people that know, basically Young'un is affiliated with like Disturbing London. He's obviously affiliated with Play Dirty as well, but he's like a Disturbing London artist essentially. So for me, like, when I say I'm seeing fun in all of this, like I do mean it quite literally. And like, I'm not like, I don't know, no one's getting violent, do you get what I mean? I've seen some real people clashing, do you get what I'm saying? Or real people things. So I'm seeing fun in all of this. Young'un is about to drop a record that I feel is very hot, and he's name checked me, and he's affiliated with us. So that's basically why I did that.
Do you ever see that situation ever being resolved and going kind of back to normal?
What situation?
The chip situation.
Do you know what, bro? Realistically, yeah, for anyone that knows me, like, I've always been about trying to bring my people up, like, and just trying to shed light on positive things and be around positive energy. And if that's your vibe, if that's what you get, then come over here, do you get what I mean? Or let's roll, let's hang. My studio's open doors, everyone comes through there, everyone records. But if that's not your vibe, if that's not your energy, then bruv, I just need to keep it moving.
So if there's been any miscommunication along the way and there's no real hard feelings at this moment in time, would you ever reach out or respond to someone reaching out your way in regards to that situation from either side? Do you get what I mean? Would you ever sit down and...
Bro, I don't know. Like, to be honest, bro, like life is long. You know, sometimes you see old rappers and shit, and they're like, they had like mad beef and shit, shootouts, and they're mad old. One's got a pot belly. They're standing next to each other. Life is long, bro. But for as long as I know, bro, like, I'm a man. I like to think I'm a man of like principle, and I move with a certain decorum and an ethos and an energy. And I'm too focused on what I'm trying to do and where I'm trying to get to be around anything that could like get in the way of that or distract me from that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, my number's still the same number that it's always been. Anybody can call my phone, but if we're not on the same thing, or we're not trying to do the same thing, or we're not trying to get to the same place,
You
or
kept your number the same, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Or we're not trying to empower the same people, then just...
Hey. All right, so moving on for that subject quickly. Someone that you have, person is also a big legend in the game, yeah? But there's always a bit of banter between you two, and I don't know how real it is.
Yeah.
It's a gentleman called Wiley. Obviously, we all love Wiley. Like, I think Wiley's a legend. He's bare funny, but obviously sometimes, yeah, like he does say a little bit of cheeky things about you here and there. Where does that stem from, do you think?
You know what, yeah? I have no idea. He is a legend. I have to be real. Like I said, this is a real honest conversation. He is a legend. I definitely feel someone should make a film about Wiley.
I think he's doing it.
Oh, is he doing it?
Yeah, I think he's
Sick.
doing it.
Yeah, because he's a legend. But I don't know where it comes from, man. I'd like to think he admires me a little bit, you know. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think he obviously seems to like watch what I do. Like, and I'd like to think it's admiration, but sometimes it just comes out in a funny way. I don't know, man, to be honest.
But has anything really offended you?
Like,
just be honest.
To be honest, I don't know if he'll mind me saying this, but like there was one time when we spoke on the phone in Milan, and he was with Blessed Beats. Obviously, Blessed Beats made Not Letting Go. Wiley obviously made Wear My Rolex with Blessed Beats. They have a good relationship, and he's like, bruv, I'm in the studio with Bless. What are you saying? We need to do a tune together. Do you get what I mean? And this was about 7 months ago. Do you get what I mean? But everyone has a story about Wiley, innit? So this is my story. And then when I spoke to him, he's like, bruv, we've got to do a tune, me, you and Bless, let's cook it up. I was like, yeah, but Wiley, what about all the other stuff? Then he was like, I'm loosely paraphrasing, but remember it's Wiley, so I'm loosely paraphrasing. He's like, come on, bruv. Like, you know all that stuff, bruv. It's all banter, bruv, man. It's just how we grew up, bruv. You know them ones, bruv. It's not one of those ones. You know how the game goes, bruv.
I feel like it is with Wiley, though. I feel like you have to take it like that.
Yeah, bruv, you know what? I'm in such a zen place in my life, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, maybe a year ago did I feel like this? Nah. Maybe even 7 months ago did I feel like this? Nah, but I'm really like in a zen place in my life, and it's like, I just wish everyone the best, bro. Yeah. I'm just trying to stay blessed, man. I've realized once God has blessed you, yeah, you can't play with that, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm really here to just, if you're positive, like look at Nana Rogues, bro. Look at Nana Rogues.
Yeah.
Started working on music. We made a mixtape together. Signed to the publishing company, Imhotep. Then you did Girls Like. Now you've done Passion Fruit with Drake.
Mad.
Like, bruv, I'm just young Jeremiah Manuel's just downstairs, got MEB with the Queen, gone to Canada to meet the Canadian Prime Minister. He's 17. Do you know what I mean? My little bro, my cousin, working on What We Wear, doing a pop-up, Big Dummy, Wiz Kid. Do you know what I mean? Jesse at one point. All the new talent, the Indian A2, Young Bane, G Fresh, Notes, Siobhan. That's, everyone can come to the house. When I go to Amsterdam, everyone's coming, bro. When I go to LA, everyone's coming. When I do IB for everyone's coming. I've already invited you guys. Do you get what I mean? That's my vibe.
Yeah. Let's talk about the style, because I feel like style's played an important part of your career. How did it all come into play when it was like, because your style went from a certain level, which was kind of levels above people, and then it became like levels. Yeah. How did that all like come about? You gone to me, take care. We're saying the Bentley's outside. Okay, wicked.
The Wraith's waiting.
Take care to me.
One for the roads, bro. Yeah, go on.
So I was saying, so how did your style elevate? How did you get like so fashiony, basically?
How did I get so fashiony? So I definitely say like from an early age, because my mum, she used to like work 2 jobs, but then she also used to like buy and sell. You know, like in like Ghana, they have like lace, innit? Lace. So you know when you go to the African parties, what all the women are wearing, my mum used to buy all of that stuff. And she used to buy it from Switzerland. So she'd save up 2Ps that she got from work. She'd fly to Switzerland, buy all the fabric, come back. I'd go around, she'd drag all her kids, me, my brother that's here, my 2 younger sisters. We'd go around to all of her friends in Peckham. She'd sell, buy this. At the Nigerian party, my mum's like, yeah, that's it, all wearing this. So I always knew about fabrics. I always knew that clothing happened in stages, if that makes sense. You got fabric, you can make it into a shape, you can do this, you can do that. That's just been a natural part of culture. And then, to be honest with you, like once I started doing music, bro, I'm trying to be like fucking great, bro, man. Like, I don't know how much more I can spell it out. Like, I'm trying to be fucking like really, really great, like in my era and in my time. So obviously, I'm thinking about style. I'm thinking about how I can appear. Because when I started doing my first performances, I'm 16. The people in the crowd are fucking 16, bro. We're all the same age. Do Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, I'm wearing jeans and a top like you. How can I start to make myself look different? So then obviously hanging around Dumi, older brother, hanging around Brian Gaffey that does Dope Chef now, tourists, traveling. When you get your first little check and that, like Dumi will show me this brand, why don't we go Acne, why don't we go here? Then obviously when you do videos at the start, when you do videos, you'll get like a stylist. But then obviously when I got a stylist, some people just get a stylist, they wear the clothes, they give back the clothes, life keeps moving. But I would actually like look at all the brands, because my thing is, all these services are being provided to us, but if we learn all this stuff ourselves, we can do it for each other. You know them ones, we really can. So I'm looking at all this clothes, what's all this? Then I remember at that point, I just fell in love with one guy, Junior Watanabe, Comme des Garçons, that brand, that designer. I was like, I'm rocking this. I had my blazers, like this is me. And then from there, bro, just more traveling. And then it's just a natural, like some people, when people like to spend their money, they like to spend it on different things. One of those things for me is clothes. Like I like it.
What's the most expensive piece of clothing you've ever purchased?
It's not like literally a piece of clothing, but the trainers that I got, the mags, are $37,000.
Which ones are those? The Back to the Future
Yeah,
ones?
the Back to the Future.
Yep. Those are sick.
Yeah.
Those are sick. So how do people like...
Do you wear them? Do you actually wear them?
No, I don't wear them, but after I bought it, I got to meet Mark Parker, the legend, obviously the big dog at Nike, and then he gave me like a separate pair, because that's when I was doing my O2 show.
Okay.
So I said I want to do O2, but I want to wear the mags. Then before you know it, in the post, I just got a sick, and then he even gave me like a little miniature one as well. So yeah, that was good.
Okay. No, that's sick. So how do people like GQ and all these people, how have they kind of played a role in your career? Because like that was a first for us as well as a grime scene, seeing an MC kind of doing GQ and runways and, you know, being front row at all these kind of fashion shows that we'd never actually seen that before. How did that come into play?
I think it's a combination of truth and relationships. So when you have...
Do you mean relationships with models?
No, to be honest, in that, no, not really at that time. No, not really. But when I say truth, I mean, if people see you consistently doing something for long enough, people start to realize, it's like with anything, like people start to realize, right, he must really actually like that. You know, the ones, it's not just a trend. So anytime we got the opportunity, obviously, like I said, once you get a big song, once you are now seen as like a commercial, popular pop star, obviously loads of people start inviting you to things. You get invited to Wimbledon, you get invited to this fashion show. I don't mean you got a number one, now you get invited everywhere. I mean, if you the persona that you've built up until that point, if they're into it, then different people will get invited to different places. So maybe a female like Rio Ora is probably getting invited to places that I still may not get invited to, but then the kind of places I get invited to, maybe
I won't get invited to.
Yeah,
exactly.
or you. Do you get me? But maybe you will, Posty, bro. You're bossing
No,
it
but
now.
I understand
I'm
what
respecting the thing, bro, man.
Thank you,
Trust me,
brother. I
bro.
appreciate
Trust me,
it.
bro.
Thank
It's
you.
sick, bro. It's very sick. And by the way, I did want to say that. But yeah, so then that's how all that stuff happens. So then you just start getting invitations, and then we genuinely just started to like it. You go there, you're sociable. Sometimes, obviously, within ourselves, it's very easy to be nervous. It's very easy to be like, I don't really know what to say. Do you get what I mean? Word to, obviously, my cousin Mo. He can relate. You know the ones at the start, bro, when you're meeting all these different people you've never met, different walks of life, posh people, middle-class people, extremely wealthy people, other famous people in completely different fields to you, actors, models, everything. You don't know what to fucking do, bro. You know the ones, but naturally just, I guess it was always nice having like that older brother figure as well, like doing me, especially while I was growing up, like if I'm being entirely honest. So if I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to say to... I remember one time I saw Usher in Coachella and Usher walked past me and I just carried on walking. Dumi grabbed me, bruv. Dumi was like, bruv, go back and say wagwan to Usher, man. Would you... He's like, you've met Usher before, bro. You're scared to say wagwan to Usher. Like, what's wrong with you, man? Go and say wagwan to Usher.
Oh, you walked past because you were scared. You didn't want to say,
bruv,
okay.
I was like, Because he was walking fast, innit? You know them ones, walking fast. You don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, what? Oh, yeah. Safe, you know? You have to act like you didn't say Wagwan. So he's walking. I'm just like, all right, cool. He didn't see me. It's fine. And so having that kind of older brother figure around, and I feel like now, obviously, when we get into youth, I feel like now that is what I can now be as well to a lot of my younger people around me, my younger brother, my younger cousins, all the people that I work with, all the people that work for, Imhotep and Disturbing London as well. But when you're going to all those places, you don't know what to do, man. But I guess over time, building natural relationships and truth. So he's not just coming here on an image thing. He's not just coming here because everyone else is. Man's actually taking pictures of the stitching, and because I like it. You know them ones. I don't like everything, but I do definitely genuinely like that. So I guess over time, built good relationships. People saw me enough to know that it was a legit thing, or it just wasn't a promo thing. And then after a while, I think the other thing was, to be honest, once you start to make friends from those other worlds, it's important that when they come back to your situation and when you invite them to your situation, that your situation is patterned correctly. Them ones. So when we finally got to really get to know the editor of GQ, we said, come down to the office, man.
Got you.
Came down to the office, staff is in there, it's working, it's running. Do you get me? There's a nice atmosphere in there. Got the glass rooms, the doors, the 2-2 sofa in there. Everyone, some plaques. So you're actually working, people on the computer, people on the phone. So when people come into your establishment and then they see, okay, you're paying rent, you're paying gas rates, you're paying bills, you're paying wages. Do you get me? You're delegating to your staff. This is a real operation. You know them ones. I think that definitely helped, like you said, in the way that we had the business pattern from the offset. I think when people were coming from the outside in, they could respect it. You know them ones.
So you now got your own clothing line officially launched.
Official.
It's been overdue though, man.
Yeah, bro.
What was the delay?
No, we've done a few things. As Disturbing London, we did a few
of
merchandise.
Course. Yeah. You had the
bits. We had
Selfridges.
a really big bit in Selfridges as well, which was incredible.
Yeah.
But for me, like I said, it goes back to that truth. I'm one of those people, I feel like a lot of people talk in this life, and I feel like that's what we've almost been trained to do. A lot of people can talk a good talk. I've never been a guy that can really talk a good talk. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the man in the room that's the loudest guy that will even make everyone feel rah, he's really but I can show you though. I really can. And then I feel for me, I was going to fashion shows enough. I was watching all these young designers, young British designers. Man, them that's our age, bro. You know them ones, how much did you spend on this? How much did it cost to do that? Let me see your factory. Yeah, come to the factory. Okay, you come to the studio. And after I'm we can do this, We can actually do it. I don't just mean getting a t-shirt and printing your logo on it. I mean actually making stuff from nothing. It wasn't there, now it is. You know them ones. So then I rented a little studio office thing in South Woodford. I used to drive there, just go on the A12, from my house here, just drive. And then me and Mo was doing it together. I got Moses involved. And then I met this youth called Design Butler. He was just on Twitter, wavy guy. His art was just sick. So I just followed him. I'm like, bro, can you do drawings? Can you do this? Met him, took him to Shoreditch House I've met you at some point. I just liked him. You know the ones, I'm like, bro, come and work on this thing. Then there was another girl as well that I knew at the time. And then we just started making it. And then there was a pattern cutter as well. And then we just started making it. And it took 2 years. I was working on it while I was making youth as well. After a while, once I built another studio, which you guys need to come and see in Greenwich as well, another one. It just didn't make sense where I was renting the other place. So I got rid of it. And then I just moved everybody to save money into my studio, but upstairs. So if you see where the clothes are made, it's a madness, bro. So then over 2 years, bro, just working, finessing. Then I did a fashion show. Then obviously naturally, because I'm me, loads of people wanted to sponsor it, loads of people wanted to get involved, loads of people wanted to invest. I was like, no. I was like, I don't want anyone to think, I don't want anyone to think, it's because these people helped him or these people probably invested and I did this from scratch with my bare hands. So people will probably think I'm stupid, but I didn't take any investment, didn't take any sponsorship, spent the money, got the production, done the fashion show, and then that's it.
Kanye West might have given you different advice there, boy.
I know, man. He might have told me I haven't got the answers. But now it's here though. So whatwewear.com, and it's launching from like end of this month as well, properly.
Another conversation that happens in the barbershops. Obviously, everybody loves a watch these days. We've kind of. Oh no, it's nothing compared to yours, Tinie. We've kind of seen your relationship with AP kind of grow along the years.
Well, you haven't got a relationship with him?
No. This is just, it's a lot of hard work. Years. But we've seen your relationship kind of grow with them. How did that come about and what exactly is that relationship?
All right, okay, cool. So going back to what I said about truth, right? So always been around the man them, always been around my elders. They're obviously always been doing what they're doing, making money, just inspiring me, but I'm just rapping. So first they had the rollies, then they had the rose gold rollies, then they had the APs. Do you get what I mean? And then I used to see it. I remember one time, like I took this one girl to Portugal time ago, bro. I literally like met her on a plane. We landed. And then when I landed, I was like, let me take your number. Next time I messaged her, I said, you're coming on holiday with me. We went to Portugal. And I saw this guy.
That's some real whorish behavior, by the way.
That's mad, bro. It's too mad. I was crazy. I was too crazy. But yeah, so then I saw this guy with a rubber strap and he had the rose gold AP. And I remember I even told the girl, I said, I'm going to get one of those one day. Like, that's a big boy watch.
Was this after pass out?
Yeah, this was just after pass out.
Okay, yep.
So I was like, I'm going to get one of those one day. I always knew I could get, that's the thing. When, with that pass out money, you can get it, but my brain, it just doesn't work like that. Like, I always feel like I need to get to a certain place before I have something. So like I got this one when my album went platinum. They said I'd never get a platinum album. I got a platinum album, let me buy this. And then when something else happens, then I'll buy something else and I'll buy something. So I was saying, one day I'm going to get one of them. I'm going to get one. And then one day I had the money. I think we got like a gig in like Nigeria or something for like some stupid money, bro, like ridiculous money. And I just had the fresh Coots. I had the Coots card. And I was like, we went through Terminal 5 and I was like, I don't know what it feels like. Obviously, I've done the whole cash thing. I've gone and bought my car, E350. I had 40 bags, second hand or approved used. Got the approved used one. Let me get like a fresh watch, but on the card. Like, remember, I'm a youth, bro.
Yeah,
like, you know them ones.
Yeah.
I'm young, so I go into Watches of Switzerland, AP, 27 grand. And I'm just... all my life, bruv, that feeling is you're just, it's going to decline, bruv. The thing just went beep, beep, beep. Said, okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, just give us 5 minutes. Da-da-da. I was like, swear down. Oh, my chest was going like this. So I'm like, right, okay, I've got AP now. Yeah, I'm wearing my AP to Nigeria. So that's that. When I was doing the gig in Nigeria, I think D'banj put the show together. He had Idris Elba there, he had Big Sean there, he had loads of people. So I was like, it's a big show. Let me get a big kettle. And then that was my first AP. And so obviously on Instagram, socials, they're seeing that there's a truth in what I'm doing. It's not just for show or for promo and that. And so then one day, I can't even remember how we met them, but through someone met them. And then again, like I said, relationships, got on like a house on fire. It doesn't matter what type of man you are, whether you're black or white or mixed race or fat or thin or tall or short, real recognize real. And I really believe that in this world, there are tribes of people. There are tribes of people that think in different ways. So we might all think differently, but if we disperse around the world, you will probably meet a tribe of people who all think like Posty and a tribe of people who all think like Viz. And I just think that the more you see in this world, the more you experience. It becomes a like-minded trait. We're all insanely ambitious. We're all not stopping. We're all making money. We're all trying to get somewhere. So I'll fuck with you, man. And then obviously when you go into their world, they show you what they're working with. When they come into your world, you're polite, you're respectful. You show them what they're working with. You show them what you're working with. And then before you know it, natural relationships, you're cool. And then that's where our relationship with AP is now, and that's how it started as well.
Are you part of the brand?
To be honest with you, for everyone that's watching that's probably seen all my kettles thinking, fuck, this guy must be. No, I'm not. But I'm about to now become officially. So all these things that you've been seeing, don't think I've just been getting it like that.
That's what I meant barbershop
bruv. That's what, bro. Bro.
Man, Tinie gets free APs.
Bruv, man.
You know
No.
So that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, no, now I'm about to, by the grace of God, now I'm about to just literally sign the thing. Okay. But that's what I mean, truth. I remember, and I'll tell you guys just because it's not for the radio, but I remember I had the, the rose gold royal oak on. I went to X Factor, judges' houses, yeah. I did it with Cheryl Cole. Yeah, that's where I met Cheryl Cole. Then we had the tune, we became friends and that. I've got I'm holding the AP because obviously I like to do this a lot. So when all the people are singing, I'm trying to keep a serious face. I'm so then doing this for about 11 minutes in total. When I get back to England, I go to one of my friends does an event in some jewelry shop. I go there. One of the girls that works for AP's there. She runs and she jumps on me. And she's red. She's happy. She's like, Tinie, thank you. She kissed me on the cheek. I'm like, what? She goes, you know when you had your hand up like this, yeah? She goes, you had your hand up like this for 11 minutes, yeah? She goes, if we actually paid for that at that prime time slot that you was on, that would have cost us 7 million. No, did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard what you said.
7 million pounds. 7 million pounds. So then after I was like, this watch is 60 bags. I was like, come on, guys. Yo, we need to talk. I was like, we need to talk, yo. This isn't making sense. You know them ones? So that is basically how our relationship has continued to develop and grow, man. Yeah. And I definitely believe that the doors are now open for more people to have those relationships and to build those relationships.
Yeah. Charlie Sloth once told me that he was on tour somewhere in a faraway country. I don't know where it was, like Dubai or something, or somewhere hot. Anyway, so he's performing at a birthday party or whatever, and one of the parents of the birthday party or someone important there decides to give Charlie a watch as a thank you present as part of the booking fee. Yeah. He wasn't expecting it. It was just like, here you go. Here's a big boy watch. See you later. Yeah. I want to know that being in the position that you are in, and you've been all around the world, seen many things, what's the craziest gift someone's ever given you before that you were like, raw, I wasn't expecting it?
That's a good question, I don't think have I got mad gifts like that? Never really.
Well, no one's ever got you a mad gift.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. But I don't know if everyone's gonna rate this though. They're not gonna rate this one, but it's good. This was nice for me anyway. But basically, my friend, the CEO of AP, right? So he goes,
the actual CEO.
Yeah,
your friend.
Yeah, the CEO of AP. Shout out Francois, my bro, every time. Real guy. Obviously knows Jay-Z and knows Shaq and all that kind of stuff. And they've always been doing partnerships and stuff like that. So he already had those relationships before he met me. He even introduced me to LeBron. He introduced me to LeBron James, and he introduced me to, what's my man's name from the Fugees? Not Wyclef.
Pras.
Do you know what I mean? So he's that kind of guy. He's a big man, but he's that kind of guy. So it was my 25th birthday and he couldn't make it, and I had it in West End. I invited Lewis Hamilton down. I had Little Mix there. There's everyone, a couple people from Ends, everyone. And he goes,
the one at District?
Yeah. And then he goes, I've got a surprise for you, yeah? He goes, you're not going to believe what I've got for you. So I'm at the party now, everyone's just chilling, and then before you know it, bro, girls just start walking. They just start walking and they're all holding roses. And each of them has got, what is it, like 250 roses? I'm not gonna do this math right now, but basically in total there was 2,500 roses and there was 25 girls.
Yeah.
So all the girls just kept coming, bringing the roses, bringing the roses. I go, pop, pop, pop,
Yeah,
pop,
I remember that night.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Everybody picked up a rose
My
for a
G,
girl.
shout out Posty, do you get what I'm saying? So the pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
Bruv. So I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with all of this? So like Posty said, I just gave it to everyone in district. I'm like, you lot are getting lucky tonight. Everyone's enjoying. Yeah.
So they weren't actually meant for us.
And that was for me, man.
That was for you.
Yeah, that was for me, my G.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. So then that, for me, that has been one of the nicest gifts I've ever got. But yeah, other than that, I ain't been lucky. There was one time that I was with Lewis Hamilton in Abu Dhabi, and some guy turned around and tried to like give him an AP, right? Took off his AP. Yeah, bro. Yeah, take this.
What, like just giving it to Lewis?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Love what you do. Take this. And then his friend was like, brother, you mad? But his friend was just shouting, you mad? Get back. What? I said, bro, just take the watch back. So I've never had nothing like as sick as a watch as a gift or anything.
Oh, so what, you actually had the AP in your hand, but you gave it back to the man?
Yeah, but I gave it back to the man.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm a prideful man, bro,
Yeah,
man. I'm not about that. And then to be fair, actually, that same Francois,
Your brother saying you could have passed it this way still.
I know, man. Don't worry, bruv. Your one soon come, bruv, man. You got this, bro. Can do it ourselves. Don't worry, bruv. But yeah, no. And then I guess, to be honest, Francois as well, he gave me a watch. So one time I did a performance for AP, and then I remember I had the blue one. There's like a blue like rubber strap offshore, and then I performed, and he was like, your performance was so amazing, you know what, to have this. And then he gave me a watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dope, man.
All right, man. So this is not for the radio. Tiny Tempah in the building, or his own building. We're in his building, actually. So the album's out on Friday the 14th.
Yes, sir.
Youth, the third installment. Talk to us about the album. How long did it take you to make, and what was the thought process going into this album?
So basically, it took me 2 years. I started working on it in 2015. And for me, it was that third album. Like I said, all this streaming stuff started happening. So in my head, I'm already like, I don't know if this album, like traditional album thing is really like the thing, really. But because this is the conventional way of how to do it, I'm gonna do it. Called it Youth. At first, I didn't even know why I called it Youth. Throughout the whole process, everything just started making sense. It's like, for everything that I've seen and I've experienced in my life, and all the lessons I've learned, all the real G's that I've surrounded me from very, very early on in my life, that have kept me through all of their life lessons and said, we went through this, we went to jail, we got caught doing this, we got caught doing that, and we're gonna tell you that it was shit and there's nothing glamorous about it, in their opinion, so that you don't have to fucking do it. So you just stay in the studio and be good and rap, you know them ones. All those people that did that for me, and obviously, bro, I'm from South London, I'm African, bro. When I used to go to school back in the day, bro, I'm 28 for the record, for anyone that thinks, fuck, like, how long ago was it? But like, we were in a time where people still used to say African boo-boo or freshie. Do you get what I mean? Or then when I'm getting older, I'm a teenager, bro, loads of people around me, loads of people that went to my secondary school, dead. One of my best friends in prison for life. Do you get what I mean? Like, we've all in that environment where all of these things kind of happen. So through being able to like find a safe haven of people who weren't trying to tax man, weren't trying to muscle in on what I'm trying to do, literally just wanted to do good business and nurture a talent in a right way. I'm very thankful, and I do know that like London is one of the most like exciting, but one of the most like hardest places to like really make it out of, especially if you are like born here. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, it's a blessing, and I never ever take it for granted. And so I guess why I called it Youth, well, one of the reasons is because in the same way I learned all of those lessons, I almost want to be that person for this next generation and next set of people. That's why from when I'm hanging around all the, you know, celebrities like, you know, Adele's and that, and I'm watching them in the studio and their studio's closed off. No one's allowed in. I'm doing my vocals. No one's candles everywhere. And at first, I'm recording my albums like that. Now, bruv, everyone's coming to the studio. Everyone is in the section, boys, young, female, everybody that you can think of. A2 will be downstairs. Crepton, everybody is in the studio. It's like open doors. And so in my head, I'm just like, for all the things that I've learned that has made me the way that I am now and has made me not want to keep stopping, all I really want to do through my music and through everything else is share that with people that have come from where I've come from. And to be honest, people who I feel were uninvited. Because like I said, bruv, it's not like, bruv, everyone was saying I was the top guy, bruv. That's not the case. And even when I was even when I used to live in South, even worse, bro. It's not like it's been an easy ride. Like sometimes I feel people think, oh, my man has it cushy. Like it's not been easy. So I know that there's lots of youths like me that's like, I want to do things a bit differently, or I just want to be a bit more like edgy, or I want to try other types of music, but I feel like I have to fit within this. And this is almost me saying, yeah, I mean, of course, if you want to fit within that, do that. But you can also just do whatever you want to do, bro. And as long as you're confident and you're talented and what you're making is good and pure, you will get to where you need to get to. So that's why I made Youth. That is the main core undertone of the album. And then it's also just a love letter to London as well. So it's just me saying, I don't know any other countries really. I know there's a big boom in Africa with musicians now, but back in the day, even now, if you're an artist, let's be real, Posty, Viz, talk to me, yeah. If you're a black artist in London or the whole of England right now, and you don't rap or MC, like, talk to me. Where are your platforms? What are your options?
If you don't rap or MC.
Yeah, but you just, maybe you're on some soul thing, or you know, you got you got some R&B thing. You know, you might be the next little Kalani, or what is your? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's not much. There's not much
really
outlets.
where any avenues you could really use that are accessible to you like that.
Exactly. So I'm trying to, through what I'm trying to do, like create that, and always through my music, I've always been one of those people that's tried to show that, because I feel like, of course, I've definitely come from the world within grime, but I'm definitely an artist that's always tried to be ambitious, and I've always felt like we just are in a place where people are just a bit resilient to it. And so I want to be able to do that and show a light to certain people that you can do that and you can be like that.
All right, so you got a track on there called Not For The Radio.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that track. What do you think your relationship with the radio is right now?
I feel like basically, like what I was trying to explain to people throughout this album as well is that you have to remember, I'm trying to make the most out of a situation out here. So yes, like you've learned and like Dumi blessed us with the information, we are definitely working with an independent mindset. From the outset, we created our own infrastructure and we're licensing it. But like I've also said on this interview, once you have third-party people involved in your music or involved in your, like in what comes from it basically, like there's a mad, not conflict, but it's a mad compromise sometimes of like trying to make sure that you're entirely happy and giving them whatever the money might be. Do you get what I mean? Like, especially if you've had a single that sold millions of copies, or you've had loads of singles that sold millions of copies, or you've had albums that have sold millions. All that label want is give me a record that's gonna do what all of those other records have done. But you understand, being from our culture, being a rapper, trying to convey a message and an album, it's not always easy to do that. That's almost virtually impossible. Do you get what I'm saying? It's virtually impossible. And so I guess where I've been and my relationship with the radio is just that I feel like I've proved myself, man. I've been here for longer than 10 years. Do you get what I'm saying? So I don't know if that's what I woke up and I was talking about with Dumi the other day. It's like, if I haven't proved myself now, then when am I proving myself? For when? For me to die? For you to say, oh, okay, yeah, it was sick. Nah, bruv, I've proved myself. I've got 7 number ones, bruv. Like, That's it. No one this whole decade has been able to do that. Man, female, black, white, from any type of music.
Oh, really?
So, no.
Serious? I didn't know that.
Nah, bruv. Nah.
No one's had 7 #1 singles?
Not this decade.
Oh,
Not from 2010 to 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So for me now, bro, like, it's not even about that. I feel like I've proved myself, and I just want to continue to challenge, like, my head and where I see music. Like, when do you think when Nana's calling me saying, yeah, Drake just cut passion fruit, bro? Do you think that's not mad?
Yeah, it's
bro,
insane.
there's so much things to do. There's so much scope. There's so much. There's SoundCloud, there's Spotify, there's Apple Music, there's all these different things. So for me, I love the radio, and the radio's always been a key part in what I do, and I love to make music for the radio, because I think there was definitely a time, and to be honest, even a little bit now, the radio is for the masses. It is for everyone. You have to remember, us lot are the eclectics. We're like the savvy. Nah, man, I don't want to listen to that. I want to listen to this. But for the mass, that is the radio. So I always have love for the radio. But for me, I feel like hits, bro. That's why I made light work. You see the hits, light work. Bro, I do it, bro. I can do it in my sleep. No one writes it for me. For anyone else who thought people write my music, no one writes it for me. I don't go to some mad expensive studio in LA or wherever. I do it in Greenwich. All right, I make all these hits, not letting go. Girls like I'm written in the stars. They're all made in South London. Do you get what I mean? With the same people I've been around for the same time. So now, for me, I'm just trying to challenge myself and just trying to do more, because I feel like people know I can do that, if that makes sense.
What was the feature process like? In terms of, because you said you've got a lot of people passing through your studio at the moment, and you've collaborated with a lot of people in the past. So talk to us about who's on the album and why you chose those particular people,
So,
in short.
So yeah, just for the record, like when I make music, obviously loads of people know me as someone who likes to collaborate. I work with pretty much everyone I can at the time. And then the album just becomes like a filtration process. So there'll be a big artist that I've worked with that I've got like a hook or verse from. But if it doesn't fit with the whole thing, maybe you might hear it later, or one of those ones. Or even people that have jumped on certain tunes that I've played you that are big, but it just wasn't right. So then they're not, it's not working for this project. But on this album, we have Tinashe, we have Jess Glynn, we have Bugsy Malone, we have Bipolar Sunshine, we have Jake Bug, we have a little voice note from G Fresh, we have Emanike, we have Ray Black, we have Steph London, Tiggs the Author, Kid Ink, a guy called Alistair, Zara Larson. Man said Jay-Z. Jay-Z's on the bonus track, baby. Yeah. So all of those people at the start, I wanted to keep everybody like really like British, to be honest. I wanted to keep everyone British. And I got to a place where I got fed up, because you know what happens, yeah? Like over the past couple of years, have you noticed like the producer has started to become like more of like the front person, even within our culture as well. Do you get what I mean? So shout out like Nana, Heavy Trackers, and all them lot. But Distortion, Rude Kid,
SOS.
Producer, SOS. The producers started to take the front, and then the artist is after.
Wizzy Wow KZ, sorry.
Wizzy Wow, shout out Wizzy, yes my G. But yeah, so then after a while, bro, I'm working with all these big producers. I'm going to America, I'm going to Sweden, collaborating, and then every producer's getting record deals. So every producer's deciding that, you know what, man, I know this tune was for you, but this is my thing now. Do you get what I mean? Or can we share it? Or can it be you versus me? But I'm just a producer. No disrespect to any of the producers, but at that point, I was like, okay, cool. Because I don't want everyone to just think that people are just making this shit for me, because I am really making this stuff, you know the one. So then I said, okay, cool. The only way I can really do this is just to start to build my own family and just to start nurturing producers that have come from the UK that have that global texture and sonic and can do it. You know what I mean? So even when I was getting Nana to make Girls Like is not Nana's like natural style of music. But I'm like, bro, listen to this. All right, go on, try. You know them ones. So for me, a lot of this album was also like, initially I just wanted to keep it British and I wanted to keep it grassroots, because for me, I thought if I can make hits with grassroots producers, that's when everyone will be like, okay, this is not, like you can't really say anything then. You can't really say, it's because my man got Tutu, Stargate and Calvin Harris. You know them ones. Like if I use grassroots producers, Bless Beats not letting go #1. Do you get what I mean? Nana Rogues, Girls Like. If I use all these people, then surely people will see the organicness and the ambition in what guys from London are actually trying to do to make pop music, as well as grime, as well as rap. That's fucking ambitious. To be in South London, sitting down thinking, right, how can we get that girl off X Factor off the chart? Or how can we get, bruv, that's ambitious, you know, bruv. Like to write a song that goes on the radio and that is on the radio for weeks and months, or that is on streaming for weeks and months and whatever, that's the challenge for me anyway. That has always been the challenge. So I wanted to see on this album if I could do that with like grassroots producers, grassroots talent. And then obviously I ended up making a couple records like Girls Like, even though it was made by Nana in Greenwich, ended up getting Zara Larsson on there from Sweden. And then the only other one was Bipolar Sunshine, but he's from Manchester. And then the guy that produced that is from LA. But then and then Kid Ink. But apart from that, everyone else is homegrown.
The Jake Bug rhythm is cold as well. Love the switch at the end. Love the production on that.
That's Nana Rogues.
That's Nana. He's killing
Nana!
it. Yeah, he's killing it, man. UK got the best producers right now, 100.
Of course.
All right, so cameras, you're talking to the girls.
Yeah.
But in a bit of a different way.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so obviously like I think the other thing about youth is like in a non-patronizing way, I think because I've traveled so much and I've seen so much, there's always this opportunity, and ask my little brother, ask my cousin, there's always this opportunity to tell people what I've seen and what I see that's happening out there. It's almost like I've gone over the hill and I run back and I report back. This is what's happening. And so obviously I've been around this culture of like, you know, like superficial girls, like lip surgery, collagen, Botox, all this high life, bougie shit, you know them ones. And obviously that is very much a normal thing now. I'm not saying that it's not normal, but I just wanted to, like, usually my songs are usually about getting with someone or breaking up with someone. Simple, yeah. But this time I felt like within youth, there was a responsibility for me to tell girls that, for me anyway, you don't really need to do all of that stuff. Like, you don't need to do that. So it's me just basically talking to a girl or a few girls that I've known in my time that are all about that kind of life, that we call them GGMBs, go get money bitches. So all these girls that are in that kind of like frame, that are like out there and then doing what they're doing, they're traveling around the world, Dubai, LA, you know, no particular significant person in their life, but they got everything. They got the whip, but it's just a mystery. Everything's just a mystery. That's what we call them, GGMBs. So I'm just talking to them.
All right, cool. Holy Moly. Is it Holy Moly?
Holy Moly, yeah.
I feel like that's like another pass out almost. It's a different kind of vibe that can just cut through.
Yeah, it's just its own different energy, I think. Yeah, it's its own different energy.
So high expectations for that record for you.
Yeah, thanks, bro. No, definitely. And like, I just come off tour in Australia and New Zealand and Europe, and when I was performing around, that was really the one that was kicking off. Oh. But yeah, bro, that song is just mental, man. It's mental, and there's always one song on the album that I like to just let it all out, bro. Let out all the frustration, everything, like second version, everything that's in my head sound like Kanye when he rants. Just saying it all how it is, man, and that's that record.
I want to talk about the Lambo, Tinie.
I know you've been waiting, bro. That's all you want to talk about.
I was just there chilling one day, and I think it was Halloween. Was it Halloween? Is that when he did the revelation, the big reveal?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What inspired you to get the Lambo?
Good question. Probably Richie, my engineer, Richie. Because like I always wanted like I I've had like SLS, like I've had an Aston Martin. I'm just not like an Instagram kind of person. But I had all of those whips, and then I was like, the whole supercar thing is long, bro. I don't even need that. Then I got a smart car. So I got a smart car.
Oh, so after the Aston Martin and all those cars, you went back to a smart car?
Yeah, I got a smart car because I'm living here. Like, you know where I'm living.
Yeah.
So I'm living here. So I'm like, I've moved from my apartment where the guy can park the thing underground. Yeah. Everything's nice. And now I'm just on this main road. So I'm like, I can't, unless I get a garage or something. So then I went back to a smart car, I got a Brabus, and then I got an A-Class, A45. And then I was just living. Then, bruv, I was just like, I'm working too hard, bruv, man. I want to live, like, I want to enjoy this shit. So then my guy Richie in the studio, if we're not recording, he's just telling me about cars. That's all he does. Mate, when you're a bit older, get yourself an E-Type Jag, get yourself this, get yourself this, get yourself that. Once a Huracan come out, he goes, T, you have to get this car because this is the first supercar that Lambo's made that you can just drive like it's everyday, regular, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, this car's gonna pop. And he's always the guy that tells me. So then I was like, all right, cool. And Richie's one of those people, he's like my hardest critic, but he's always the one that says, live, bruv, come on, for fuck's sake, T. Because if you haven't realized already, I'm proper hard on myself, man. That's why I said in Holy Moly, I'm a fucking nervous wreck. Because I'm like, I don't want to sleep over this shit, bro. You know them ones. So he was like, fucking hell, T, man. Come on, live a bit, bruv. Like, come on, you need to do this. Some of my other OGs are like, no, man, why are you getting a Lambo for? Why do you want to do that? Why do you want... Richie's like, live. So I got the Lambo, and bro, it's one of the best things I've ever done, man. And I think like even the value went up, and the Huracan as well. So it's like there's something special about it as well. So I'm happy, man. I love it, bro.
Do you actually drive it?
Yeah, I drive it still. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. It's a sick look, man.
Thank you, brother.
It's inspirational.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, what? You want to end it on Lambo? No, man.
Nah, we can't end it on Lambo.
No, I thought you was looking at me like, yeah.
We can't end it on Lambo, bruv, man.
Jump on something else.
Can't just end it on Lambo, guys, man.
Why?
What do you mean? Talk about businesses. Let's talk about infrastructure.
hold on.
Let's talk about...
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Come on.
Let's talk about the
Lambo. What is a Lambo?
Let's talk about the business. Let's talk about the business.
Bro, we want to be able to buy 1 million Lambos, bro. By the time we're done, we want to be able to buy... We want Lambos to be like an unlimited... It's not even a question. Yeah, everyone can have a Lambo. But that's not... Yeah, man, there's other things.
How involved are you in the business side of Disturbing London, do you think?
On the business side of things, like me and Dummy, I feel like I said at the start, that's why I was honest, I called him in when I was younger. I'm like part of the business, but really the business is centered around what Tinie's kind of doing, you know the one. So I wasn't really that involved in it at the start. And then more over the past like 3 or 4 years, now we're doing all these different events, Disturbing Ibiza, Disturbing Dubai, the pop-up, the fashion show, all these kind of stuff. I'm now in that place. Even G Fresh as well, more power to G, bruv. It's nice because when we're not in the studio, we just go to the office. But one day I woke up, I was 27, I was scared because that year everyone was dying, bruv. Everyone was dying that year, bro. And I was like, this is a mad year, yeah? I need to make it through this, yeah? I don't know what's happening. Remember last year? Yeah. It was fucking mental. I was scared. I remember I was just like, this is mad. It's an eerie time.
A lot of terrorist attacks, etc.
A lot of terrorist attacks, a lot of like, you know, artists that we've been inspired by like over the years. And I was like, what's happening like in life at the moment? And it was a bit morbid for a while. And then one day I just woke up, I was like, you know what, man? For the fact that I can say that if I'm not on stage, I'm in the office with my people I like to work with, people I've employed, people that I'm around. If I'm not in the office, then I'm doing something creative in the fashion house, people that I'm around. But that's a good life, bro. I'm not mad at that. You know the one. So I'm just in a place now where it's just about like working, and then I feel like in a weird way, I don't want to get too deep, but I feel like, especially back in the day, we've been taught to like be scared of each other. We've been taught to like like he wants what you have, or like hide your thing. And I don't even think Americans are like that, because Americans realize very quickly that the more we are, the more we can eat. You've got your sick idea and he's got his sick idea, but if you two both do it, you're gonna definitely probably eat more, to be honest with you. You know them ones. So I think what they've realized is something different, but then the way we are is that we're kind of scared of each other, and we kind of like hide what we have away from each other. And so for me now, it's just about like trying to not be like that. Sometimes, bruv, I'll see like a youth, I'll be in my whip, a youth will come up to the car, bruv, the window's coming down, bruv, I'm like, what's up, man? What's good? Do you get what I mean? It's not like 2 years ago where it's like, it's hot for man, it's this, it's that. Bro, man, I see potential in everyone, man. I think that's what Shadows was about, man. And I think that people want to be things in this world. When I was at my pop-up the other day, all the amount of young creatives I was meeting, people want to do things in this world, man. And so whatever little bit I can play just off the back of music, that I can help, that I can facilitate, that I can advise, that I can support, that's what I want to do.
I think all of that, so we kind of understand kind of you enjoying doing it and what you want to achieve, all of the things you're doing and how hard you're actually working to maintain all of this, because I think it's one thing getting to where you are, and you've been there for a while now, but it's another thing maintaining it. What's your main drive? Where does this drive come from Tinie? Like, what is, because a lot of kind of people that achieve the most in life is some kind of pain or some kind of circumstance earlier on or ultimate goal. Like, what's driving you to do all of this?
Okay, I think there's 3 drives, but if I lose track, just help me. Yeah. So first one is like I feel blessed, and so now because I feel blessed and because I'm religious, I feel like there's almost like a religious obligation. Like one time I was at dinner with like 3 very, very successful people, and they were all talking, and all of them about in their like late 30s, 40, and I was like 22, 23 at the time. And like they were all talking about how guilty they felt about how successful they were, or like, oh, I just went to this, like I'd done a charity show in Africa and I just feel and I was like, in my head, I was like, you guys are chatting S, man, what are you talking? But now there's just this thing where it's like, I'm so blessed. Like there's no way that one time I saw this saying that said, it's in a man's best interest, any man of good understanding, it's in his best interest to empower everyone around him, because if he does, he will be happier as well, if that makes sense. It's like that kind of thing. So there's this thing, I feel so happy, bro. I wake up every morning, I thank God for good health. That's everything, health is wealth. Thank God for good health. I wake up every day and I feel happy and I feel blessed and I feel like I can go and do what I love. And sometimes I have a fucking amazing day. Sometimes I have an all right day. But nevertheless, I'm still doing what I want to do. And so I feel like there's a responsibility and almost like a duty, like a God duty to give that to other people. And then secondly, I definitely feel like there's an excellence within us. And I feel like there's an excellence within our race, our culture. I feel like we're very talented. I feel like, cool, I'm a rapper, but essentially what all these young boys are doing, even the majority of people who've been on Not For The Radio, is a talent. Do you get what I mean? They have a talent. And I believe that we are excellent, and I believe that I'm excellent, and I believe that I want to help people see the excellence. Again, that's what Shadows is about. That's what Bipolar Sunshine is singing. You know, come to the garden, let your hair down, come to your senses, it will all be clear. I just want to be the light you always see, the star in your eyes, the glimmer in the It's like, I want to bring out that little bit in you that is excellent, because I feel like excellence within our culture, it is reinforced, I feel mainly in sport. I feel like, all right, cool, my man's an undeniable runner, he's an undeniable boxer, undeniable football player, ratings. But I feel like even if you're on top academia, if you're incredibly like talented, unless you're like Michael Jackson or Prince or, do you get what I mean? It's not really, the excellence within our culture is never celebrated. And then legacies as well, bro. Like Post. Like, legacies for me are very, very important. And I just feel like, how comes in America there's rappers that aren't even alive anymore, that we still bang out their music, we still have their poster when they were looking young and fresh, we still wear their t-shirts, but a man who was popping 10 years ago in England, we don't talk about them no more. Like, that to me is mad. A man that sold millions of records, a man that probably gave so much money to charity, probably helped so much people out. We're just like, meh. I remember one time I was somewhere, like, and I hope you won't mind me saying this, but I went to one school, Plan B opened like a little school, and then I think I went down to it and I was talking to some of the youths, and there was a couple boys, couple African youths, and I was talking to them and I was like, yeah, like Richard Blackwood. Then they were like, who's Richard Blackwood? And I was thinking, rah, like, is that how it is here? Like, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit weird. Like, I don't understand why. I don't understand. It's like we're into ourselves, but we're not into ourselves. Like, we want other, or we appreciate other more. Or if one of us goes away, then we appreciate them. Or if they're rolling with someone that is from other, then we appreciate. It's like, it's weird. So for me, I'm just trying to, like, I want to be one of those people that changes that, man, because I think it's strange, bro.
All right, interesting.
No, definitely, I agree. Like, I feel like even like some of my favorite artists ever were like Oxide and Neutrino.
Yeah, bro.
Like, they were my first before So Solid. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And it's like, you are somebody now, and this isn't, again, to not cause any offense, but maybe you might ask a young man these days who's Oxide and Neutrino, and they won't have a clue.
Yeah, but you could ask someone who, obviously I know, like, you know, I'm not saying that Tupac and Oxide and Neutrino are the same or
but
Biggie.
if
I'm
you
not
ask the same person, someone like that.
Yeah.
They'll know Trinidad James though.
Yeah.
True
Do you
that.
know what I'm trying to say?
True
And
that.
them lot have done way more for the culture than someone like that has. But that's neither here nor there. But you get what I completely understand your train of thought there.
All right.
Definitely. Before we go, Tinie, I want to talk about the giraffe.
Jeffrey.
There's a real giraffe hanging up in your house.
Jeffrey.
That's sick. And I hear that you also have a zebra now in one of your other houses. What's his name?
He hasn't got a name. I'm trying to think of a tough African name for him.
Bro, what's going on with this zebra? It's in your video.
Bruv, I'm from Africa, bro, man.
Where's
I'm
the
like,
zebra?
It's somewhere else.
All right.
I'm from Africa, and I just, like, this is ostrich. A lot of this stuff, to be honest with you.
There's a monkey in the video as well.
There's a monkey in the video. A lot of this stuff, to be honest with you, this stuff that we're all sitting on here was originally here. That was one of the main factors of me wanting to buy the house. This is like all real horns here and shit like that.
Oh, it's the actual horns from an animal.
That's
There's
real
some
animal
horns, yeah.
horns
What
and
animal
shit.
is that?
I'm not gonna lie.
You don't know?
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think it's like bison or something like that.
Yeah.
But so we've got the horns there, and then I bought the zebra to almost like be a friend. I was inspired by all of this that Alexander McQueen done. Apparently all the animals died of like natural causes, and then they got all the like stuff afterwards and taxidermied it. And it's the first time I really knew about this kind of shit. And then I was like, I'm in Africa. I think I wanna feel like a king, like, you know, the ones. I wanna be able to look around and feel like the Prince of Zamunda. And so for as long as, I'm not lying to you, bro. It's not for the radio, I have to be real. So that's the explanation of that.
Yeah, man, it's proper.
And it helps, and to be honest, bro, it helps me feel more creative, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you see this whole council estate of mine, yeah? Born in Peckham, born in a council estate. Bro, you got the same kitchen cupboards, you got the same wall, pane, cream, that little cream, the same cream as this wall, actually. You got the cream, you got the same tiles on the floor, but you never question it.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that?
I remember having this conversation with you before. Yeah.
Your yard is just your yard. You just never question it. Yeah, man's at my house, innit? Like, you never question it. And then it's only when I started traveling, I started seeing hotels. I started going to different people's houses. I'd be like, rah. Bruv, there's a guy I know that's got a fucking dirty burger in his house.
Jeez.
He's got live 24/7.
Is that in England?
In England, bruv.
Wow.
Don't play, bruv. There's people out here doing shit. Do you get what I'm saying? There is. There's a guy that's got in London, bruv. Not outside of London, not sticks, not countryside. In middle of London, he has a 24/7 dirty burger, and when they're not serving dirty burgers, they're serving eggs in the morning.
Oh, wow.
There's someone that's working there that's wearing the dirty burger uniform.
24 hours a day.
Puff, 24 hours a day, bro.
Insane. That's insane.
That's gonna be you when I make it, B.
Come on. Hey, man.
Jay, that's your
We're putting them on, yo. I got you.
I'm playing. No, that's sick, man. Well, I can speak for Viz. And I say we definitely appreciate you inviting us into your home.
Nah, bro, it's blessings, man.
It's been a fantastic evening.
But I'm happy you could come through, man. And I wanted to do it like this because obviously I even wanted to just say to you guys, like, everything you've done so far is sick. Obviously yourself, Viz, with your incredible track record, but even like this whole not for the radio thing, everything for the culture, because ultimately, like, we would all do it regardless of anything, and we all have been doing it regardless of anything. So now, just because everyone's in a different place, you still can't take away like the amazing feat that it's been, you know, them ones. And bro, man, I'm open doors, man. I think that's the main thing that I wanted to show you guys. Like, I know lots of people have these perceptions and ideas that everything is so controlled or so clinical, and yes, it is clinical, it is forensic, because we're trying to be excellent, we're trying to be great. But all this idea of like, man's in the Illuminati, or I have to look up my questions first, or someone comes and people are just making this shit up, bruv. That's why on the album I'm like, why are people speaking on my name like this? It's gonna turn into some fucking folktale, you know. If I don't come out and clear the air, you know the one. So that's why I wanted to have you guys here. I wanted it to be personal. There's some Tempah, I know you stopped drinking Post, but there's some here for you as well. And yeah, man, I just wanted to show you guys, I'm open doors, bro. I'm open doors. I'm here, brother.
What time do the girls get here?
In 10 minutes, brother. I got you, man. Got you. We're gonna get that pole back out from the Lightwork video.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's been amazing, man. Tiny respect, bro.
My brother, thank you, Viz, yeah?
Love.
Much appreciated. Big Post. Thank you, brother. Yes, sir.
Not for the radio, subscribe now.
#NFTR.